Yo, what up with y'all, bro? So, where'd they go? There we go. What's going on with y'all, man? Y'all freaking me out. What the fuck? Unlimited punishment. What the fuck is that? What does that even mean? I don't even know what does that mean, Big Truck? The hell does that mean? Yeah, listen, bro. Listen. I don't even understand. These cats is like weirdos, bro. I don't know. What the hell does unlimited punishment mean? I don't fucking know. How am I gonna tell you? You came in a room and you even talk loud in typing. Damn, you a loud ass nigga. If there was ever a fucking a hearing test, you would be the human version of it, Big Truck. Hey man, I'm not even surprised. Hood server. I just don't understand. Like, bro, how do you dislike the video before I even start the video? That just means you're a sad individual. Move on, do something with your life. I I don't even dislike people's videos for the most part, bro. I don't like it. I just stop, and then I don't watch the person. I don't go around thumbs down in videos. You know, the thumbs down is a purpose, but that's just weird. For you to dislike the shit before you even know what a motherfucker got to say, that lets me know, bro. Yeah, I see it, man. We're gonna get into it tonight too. Listen, bro, but like this is the problem though, Big Truck. People don't understand what they're doing. People are too emotional, niggas especially, extremely too emotional to understand that, man. Listen, bro, this does not help. This is not going to bode well for you either. If they can do it to the most powerful man in the world, and this is why I laugh at the shit when they say, "Oh, well, they did it to Obama. They did it to Obama. They did it to Obama." And for one, Obama was so motherfucking linked up and clicked up. It's ridiculous. For one, two, bruh, calling him, you know, whatever. And I know they did the racist shit and all that. Yeah, granted, I understand, right? I understand they did it, right? But as far as the media, no matter how bad Fox News did what they did, bruh, it was never this bad. It was never this bad. But yeah, man, like I was saying, people don't even understand and realize what they're doing. Yeah, man, that's why you gotta be careful, bro. That's what I'm telling you. Um, Nothing good. Well, they're not gonna impeach him. They don't have enough time to impeach him. That's just a black eye on the way out. That's all it is. Yeah, that's what they don't understand, man. Listen. Oh shit, got zapped. How? What the hell? He don't even talk about nothing really extreme. What happened to him? Y'all gotta understand too. A lot of this stuff is that's alleged, that's alleged, that's alleged. I don't believe that shit. Who the hell would tell about that, bro? Again, it's a lot of this shit is just fear mongering and propaganda. But again, it won't matter. He'll be done. He'll be out the door before the impeach. They won't remove him. So what are you going to say that he was impeached? Impeachment. But you know what though? Listen, that's what I'm saying. Listen, people are so dumb. They don't even understand that impeachment is like it's like a formality. Hell, Bill Clinton was impeached. Oh, they definitely would. SKC, they would, man. But people are so fucking what's the name, man. Again, for the optics, it's to vilify everybody. It's to vilify everybody. Oh, is that true? I don't know about that one. Is that true? If you impeached, you can't run again? Because no, when was Bill Clinton impeached? Was it Bill Clinton impeached on his first run or his second run? Yeah, exactly. It's a stain on him and to make him look bad. I don't know about that one. I need to see where that is in the Constitution or where that is somewhere in the law. Wise will. I need to see that. Well, they have the power for it to happen in both houses because they control the Senate and they control the House. They control Congress and the Senate now. I think they need what? Do they still need 2/3 of the vote in order for it to go through? I don't know. Okay. Nah, Clinton was impeached. I think it went all the way through. It went all the way through. Yeah, that's what I say. It's only a charge. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have to be removed. I don't know about this thing y'all talking. I'm not doubting it. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's just a charge. That's not a removal. You have to be actually like removed. That's why what's the name like stepped down. And I'm pretty sure Nixon kept all his shit because he resigned and he didn't get actually, removed and voted out. Listen, man. Listen, Solid Sir, we all know the deal, man. We all know the deal. At the end of the day, bro, this whole thing is way bigger than what it is on the surface. Most people, I told you, most people, especially niggas, have the intellect and the depth of a beer cap. That's as deep as they go, man. If and when you try to tell them anything or whatnot, oh, let me see it. Where is it at? Where is it at? Well, here, go right here. What? No. Where's your source? Who gave you that source? The white folks said that source. That's not real. How do I know it's credible? Are you kidding me? We literally see this with black women all the time. Like we had a discussion with them, and you tell them, "Hey, man, black women are not the most educated women on the in the country. You guys just attend the most." Oh, who said that? Who told you that? Well, you can't believe those stats. Where do you get those stats from? Whoa, motherfucker. Do you have any stats? Where's your sources? Where your sources? Like this bitch I know good and hell well, bitch, you ain't never wrote a paper in your life. You never wrote a motherfucking dissertation. You've never had a motherfucking thesis. Stop it. But you want me to fucking keep giving you and doing all the work for you. But again, man, we all know what it is. Let's get into it. So again, we're gonna be getting into Tragedy and Hope 101 by Joe Plummer. This is the continuation of our last one. We are officially back into the saddle, fellas, on our regular scheduled program and schedule. I greatly appreciate you guys for bearing with me. And all of this, BS is going on over the holiday season. Holidays are over. So just like the holidays is over, baby, we back to business, baby. You know what I'm saying? Back to business. Back to business, bitch. Go ahead and do this little shit for y'all real quick, because I'll be forgetting. So I'll go get this out of the way. Again, greatly appreciate you guys taking time out of your day. Greatly appreciate y'all taking time out of your day, man, to listen to me talk and us share this extremely important information that we need to get out here. And let's get into it. So let me go ahead and share my screen. First off, let me make it big.
Chapter 1, Democracy. Have you ever felt like democracy is just an illusion? Have you ever suspected that there are very powerful people who've created a system that appears to be democratic, but actually cuts ordinary citizens out of the decision-making process? Have you ever wondered who's really running things? And what exactly are they trying to achieve? If you have, you're not alone. Fortunately, a Harvard-educated history professor named Carol Quigley wrote a handful of books that answer all of these questions and more. Unfortunately, the answers are very disturbing, especially to those who've accepted the common myths of democratic government. In Quigley's work, we discover that national constitutions are routinely undermined by the leaders who are elected to defend them.
Whenever you hit, that's why I say this hit
all social instruments tend to become institutions, regardless of their benevolent origin. And from that point forward, the institution is run for the benefit of those who control it, at the expense of its original purpose.
I gotta fix that though.
Perhaps most unsettling, Quigley reveals that real power operates behind the scenes in secrecy, and with little to fear from so-called democratic elections. He proves that conspiracies, secret societies, and small, powerful networks of individuals are not only real, they're extremely effective at creating or destroying entire nations and shaping the world as a whole. We learn that representative government is at best a carefully managed con game.
Let's see some shit real quick. I gotta do something. Give me a second. So the weird thing about it is if you hit the share audio thing on the, share screen audio, I guess, that's where you get the echo at. So it's super weird. And it does it sometimes, not all the time. I don't know. It's hard for it to recognize, but give me a second. All right, we good?
Since these disturbing truths contradict nearly everything our government, education system, and media have taught us to believe, many will immediately dismiss them as nonsense. Only wild-eyed conspiracy theorists believe such things, they will say. However, there's one big problem. Carol Quigley was no wild-eyed conspiracy theorist. Quite the contrary. Quigley was a prominent historian who specialized in studying the evolution of civilizations as well as secret societies. He studied...
All right, so the whole thing about this conspiracy theories thing, man, again, I keep telling y'all, listen. Oh, and shout out to Fatal Dose for the $10 cash app. Appreciate you, brother. Anybody that don't believe conspiracies are real, holla at one of these niggas sitting down doing years for a conspiracy. Okay? It is a charge that you can and will be charged with in an American court of law. Okay? And their conviction rate on it, I promise you, is high as hell. All right? This is pretty much, just look up the definition, man. There's no really need to go by it, but this is the thing. Carol Quigley was somebody that was let in, okay? He was somebody that was let into the, the good old boys club, and he was allowed to document the things that they had going on. All right. So again, you're not arguing with me. You're arguing with a man that's a historian and had access to the elite and upper echelon, and he was able to document the things that they actually had going on. All this stuff is verifiable. But if you come out and you say anything about it, oh, you're some crazy conspiracy theorist and all this other stuff, again, man, just deflection. And people don't want to know the truth. People do not want to know the truth because why? All right, as I always tell you, man, the reality can destroy somebody's fantasy. All right, the stuff they believe in or whatnot, what have you, it's a horrible, horrible thing. And honestly, like I said, I don't blame you, because there's a lot of stuff in this world, man. If you knew about it, a lot of people would lose their minds. And again, I think I'm gonna hop ahead onto one of the later chapters where he talks about the changing of the school system and how who was it? Dodd. I think it was Dodd, right? Yeah, Dodd. That took along, he chose an assistant to go along with him. It was a female, and she was a lawyer. And when she saw what they were doing to the school system, she literally lost her fucking mind, bro. She couldn't even go back to work. This shit is really that bad. Shout out to Young Swift. Hey, and speaking of school, so apparently in California, guess what they're doing? Guess what they're doing now in California for school, for the children. And I told y'all, man, this shit is so evil, bro. It's so evil. And people don't understand. They say, oh, well, you ain't got to take the vaccine. You ain't got to take the vaccine. You ain't got to take the vaccine. Well, if you want that 8 hours that you're supposed to have and that break away from your kids, so you're not beating the hell out of them, or you're not drinking yourself to death, or, you're not going to jail, you saw a lot of people going to give it up, man. A lot of people are. And especially, like you said, when you're dealing with these single moms out here that don't give a damn about their kids anyway. The only thing they use the education system for is for a babysitting system. They don't give a damn whether the child passes or fails, when hell nowadays, like I said, you really can't fail. So they're gonna give them up, man. Yep. Hey, forcing them to, yes, that's not in stone yet. It's not what's name, but they're suggesting that, and you better trust and believe that suggestion is going to become law. And it's not gonna be enough people that's willing to fight it, man, because that's how they're gonna ease this shit in on you. When you tell a motherfucker, hey man, you can't fly without this motherfucking vaccine, oh well, I guess I gotta take it. You tell a motherfucker, hey, you can't come sit down in Hooters and watch the game and eat them chicken wings. Oh man, yeah, I guess I gotta take it. You can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that. I'm telling y'all, man, listen, people are not about like a rough life. This is what people don't understand about everything becoming electronic and easier. Everything becoming digital. It's about easy. The easier that your life is made, the more you want your life to be easier. All right? It brings a whole new thing to it when you say, yeah, boy, I had to walk in the snow for 10 miles just to go get a pack of gum. And I had to work all day in the fields to get that 5 cents so I could, buy me a pack of gum and a soda. You don't know what you're talking about, boy. You don't know what and again, we make fun of that shit, but it's real, bro. People are creatures of habit and comfort. Habit and comfort, man. And most people don't want to go. It's a path of least resistance. If it's anything that's going to make their life difficult, they have to suffer anything, not even suffer, just go through a little bit of resistance. This is why motherfuckers so fat as hell. This is why people are so fucking fat, man. Working out is hard. You have to break through that initial barrier of forcing yourself to get into it. This somebody, bro, I've never been like a fat motherfucker at all in my life. I was gifted, genetically, and I was always active in in sports, playing basketball and stuff. But when it came to lifting them weights, I hated it, bro, because lifting weights, nigga, is not easy. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? But again, once you break through that and you switch over and you get your body used to it in the routine, then it has become a routine and you can, force yourself to pretty much love it or whatnot. Shout out to Wisewell TZP for the 199. Thank you, brother. Article 1, Section 3 of the Constitution. What's that? Oh, about the impeachment thing? Okay. Yeah, me too, man. But the older I get, bro, the more, like they said, man, you are going to become your parents one of these days. I know it seemed bad now. I know it seemed mean now, but you understand. And man, the older you get, bro. Exactly, Young Swift. Yeah. Waste ain't no joke. Oh, damn. Come on, man. Stall him out, man. Come on. Nah, hey. 888-2782. Hey, I'm still getting it in, baby. That's the best. Basketball is the best blessing ever, man. Keep you in shape. Keep you competitive. You know what I'm saying? Unless you measure your strength, your skill, all those things, give you something to focus on. It's a full total package, man. Basketball ain't a young man's game, man. You got skill, baby. You can last forever.
History at Harvard University, where he earned his bachelor's, master's, and PhD degrees. He taught at Princeton University, Harvard University, and the School of Foreign Service at Georgetown University. He worked as an advisor to the U.S. Defense Department, the U.S. Navy, and the Smithsonian Institution. In short, Carroll Quigley was a well-connected and well-credentialed member of Ivy League society. Based on his own words and his training as a historian, it appears that he was chosen by members of a secret network to write the real history of their rise to power. However, as Quigley later realized, these individuals didn't expect or intend for him to publish their secrets for the rest of the world to see. Shortly after publishing Tragedy and Hope in 1966, the network apparently made its displeasure known to Quigley's publisher, and the book he had spent 20 years writing was pulled from the market. As Quigley recounts, the original edition published by Macmillan in 1966 sold about 8,800 copies.
This is what people miss out on, man. Listen, bro. People don't understand that the truth is dangerous, okay? This is why they're doing what they're doing on the internet right now. If you can stifle the truth and keep people from listening to what's going on, the truth, the actual facts of the matter and where to go find it, and you inspire that curiosity in people, that's a problem, okay? Or an ideology that goes against the ultimate goal of the people, especially right now. The most biggest thing is you being a patriot, you being a nationalist. Okay, that's why they villainize it. People don't understand that when they was doing this white nationalist, and I was like, damn, why the fuck is this white nationalist thing so popular all of a sudden? Like, damn, this is just like, KKK wasn't good enough no more. Racist, Nazi, all of these things. It wasn't about the thing. It was about making nationalism bad, which does what? That means if you love your country, there's something wrong with you. That's what it's going to broaden out to. And that's what black people don't understand. As long as you paint something with the racism thing or white man bad, niggas will jump behind it. One of the biggest factors and things in communism, bro, and pushing this whole agenda is the whole racial division. Black people have always been the pawns of fucking communism. All the time, the whole entire time. You had black people that told you this back in the motherfucking 60s, bro. They told you this on fucking tape. They were trained, they were told by these motherfucking Marxist, socialist, communist motherfuckers what to do in order to cause unrest. They were even rioting and stuff back then. Listen to they showed the thing about Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was a damn communist, bro. I say again, when he said that speech about rioting and all those other things, that's a communist. That's a part of the fucking Communist Manifesto, bro. That's when they tell you they're trained Marxists. They're trained this. You go to a school and they tell you how to do this Hegelian dialectic, but you niggas don't read. You don't read. You don't look this stuff up. You don't. If somebody says, "Oh, don't you say nothing bad about Dr. King." Oh Lord. Shout out to David Carroll. Don't you say nothing bad about the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. What is wrong with you? That's that. And again, man, this is another big problem with black people deifying everybody, bro. Like, bro, how many rappers done made it automatically into heaven? These niggas talked about none with bitches, hoes, clothes, shoot niggas in the face, and this, that, and the other, and all this other shit. But yet still, these niggas are literal, like, they're gods now. They're gods. Halos and wings immediately. Hey, cooling. This is what I tell you, man. Listen, when this stuff gets declassified, bro, and they tell you, man, this is why I come to tell you, bro. Listen, the same thing that's gonna happen for what happened in 2001, the same thing that's gonna happen for this. When all this information comes out, I think what is it, a 50-year time span? I think it's like a 50-year time span, right? Either 50 or 30 years, whichever one it is. Man, the stuff that's going to come out, I swear, bro, it's just same thing with JFK. They have to tell you the truth eventually. The thing is, just people got to be able to go in there and figure it out and find it. And what they're going to tell you is, oh, it's just some crazy conspiracy thing. No, motherfucker, look, I got the documentation. This is the official governmental fucking, this is a transcript, motherfucker. You arguing with me? Why you arguing with me? This is what they got in their papers. They done had it sitting on ice for 50 fucking years. Why are you arguing this with me? Why are you arguing this with me? But again, when you kill the hope in people, you kill the nationalism, you kill the pride in country, they go along with whatever the hell you tell them. Then you wrap it up in, hey, you got to be down with me and do what I say to have your liberties, your freedom, and the things you enjoy in life. But everybody loving the fact of the matter that, again, the most powerful man in the world was not only blocked on his personal account, bruh, they blocked him from the presidential account. If you are an American, okay, remember how y'all was telling all of us, we was telling all the black boys and stuff about, you could be president one day because of Barack Obama, even though Barack Obama is not black. Barack Obama's father is an African. His mother is a white man. So Barack Obama did not grow up in the hood. He did not grow up around you niggas. He doesn't have any black experience whatsoever. Just like MLK, he was on them white girls until he started, occasionally running. He just, coincidentally ran into Michelle. Y'all don't know shit about politics, man. But hey.
And sales were picking up in 1968 when they, quote, ran out of stock, as they told me. But in 1974, when I went after them with a lawyer, they told me they had destroyed the plates in 1968.
Yeah, so if he was on that Young Jeezy,
they lied to me for 6 years, telling me that they would reprint when they got 2,000 orders, which could never happen because they told anyone who asked that it was out of print and would not be reprinted. They denied this until I sent them Xerox copies of such replies to libraries, at which they told me it was a clerk's error. In other words, they lied to me, but prevented me from regaining the publication rights by doing so. See, rights revert back to the copyright holder if the book is out of print, but not if the book is simply out of stock. Powerful influences in this country want me, or at least my work, suppressed. A book like no other. If you decide to read Tragedy and Hope, the first thing you're likely to notice is its size. At over 1,300 pages, approximately 600,000 words, and weighing in around 5 pounds, it's safe to say that it wasn't written for the casual reader. Nor was it written like a novel, bursting with scandalous and interesting conspiratorial tidbits on every page. Rather, as one would expect from an Ivy League historian, it's a long and often tedious read, of which 95% consists of basic economic, political, and diplomatic history. However, within the other 5%, you'll find some truly astonishing admissions about the existence, nature, and effectiveness of covert power. In both Tragedy and Hope and the Anglo-American establishment, Quigley reveals the existence of a secret network that formed to bring all the habitable portions of the world under its control. I know of the operations of this network because I've studied it for 20 years and was permitted for 2 years in the early 1960s to examine its papers and secret records. I have no aversion to it or to most of its aims, and have for much of my life been close to it and to many of its instruments. I've objected both in the past and recently to a few of its policies,
But in general, my chief difference of opinion is that it wishes to remain unknown, and I believe its role in history is significant enough to be known. Quigley informs us that this wealthy Anglophile network cooperates with any group that can help it achieve its goals. This includes communists, which on the surface would seem to be the sworn enemy of super wealthy capitalist conspirators.
And listen, man, again, you have to have people like this, okay, that don't see the issue and problem in going along with the BS. All right. You gotta have them, because if they're not down with it, man, it's gonna be a whole nother thing going down. All right. Shout out to Primetime VA for the 20. Appreciate you, brother. That's why they let him in, and he was privy to the information, and he had because he didn't go against the grain. He might have disagreed with some of it, but he believed in the program because he saw it as a good thing. They was trying to bring the whole world back under the leadership and rulership of England, pretty much. So hey, he's a cool guy. He's learned. You know what I'm saying? He's a well put together guy, very knowledgeable, intelligent, all this good shit, right? So what happens is, man, these people every now and again will run into a person and like, okay, well, this motherfucker here, cool. Maybe we can bring him into the fold. See what he gonna do.
He chronicles how the network formed in the late 1800s in England and immediately began creating front groups. By 1919, it had formed the Royal Institute of International Affairs, also known as Chatham House, and it went on to create other extremely powerful institutes within the chief British dominions and in the United States. Hiding behind these front groups, the network began secretly exercising its power. In the United States, the main institute was named the Council on Foreign Relations, or CFR, which quickly described as a front for J.P. Morgan and Company. Before long, the network expanded its operations, spreading like cancer into our universities, media.
Remember that shit. Remember that. Whenever you hear, and again, when Chronicles of Judah used to always say this shit, I'd be like, man, what the hell he keep talking about this motherfucking CFR? He was saying that what was the dude that used to be on Good Morning America or whatever? Not Good Morning America. What was the CBS version? Charlie something. What was his name? Charlie something, the old man, and then they got him they Me Too'd him. They Me Too'd that old ass, like 80-year-old man. What was the dude's name? Charlie what? This nigga said feeling the way, but Young Swift, get out of here, man. Be quiet. Stop it. No, not no Charlie. Charlie Rose. There we go. Yeah, Charlie Rose. Charlie Geechee Dan. Shout out to Geechee Dan in the building. Appreciate you, Geechee Dan. You too, Roscoe. So yeah, man, Charlie Rose. And I was like, why the hell does he keep talking about this Council for Foreign Relation? Bro, once you get into this thing, bro, and you really look into the network and all the stuff that springs out from it. Shout out to Hope. Hope tried to tell you guys are having a flat Earth conversation. Again, I'm not a flat earther by any means, but he was trying to UN, all of these things that was anything about the nations coming together or any type of correlation of one world, one nation, one being, everybody in the same mindset, bro. It's a globalist fucking movement. It's a globalist fucking program. And this is a offshoot of the network. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
And especially government foreign policy.
No doubt about it.
On this basis, which was originally financial and goes back to George Peabody, there grew up in the 20th century a power structure between London and New York which penetrated deeply into university life, the press, and the practice of foreign policy. In England, the center was the Round Table Group, while in the United States it was J.P. Morgan and Company, or its local branches in Boston, Philadelphia, and Cleveland. The American branch of this English establishment exerted much of its influence through 5 American newspapers: the New York Times, New York Herald Tribune, Christian Science Monitor.
Make sure you listen to these bankers too, man. The name of these bankers. The whole thing about this whole thing, bro, is the money. The money is the only thing that can destroy this thing, bro. The money. That's why every president that's ever been either assassinated or attempted to be assassinated, it was over the Federal Reserve, establishing the Federal Reserve here and money on the fucking global level. You don't play ball or you fuck up too much stuff, hey, they got to get you up out of there, bro. They got to at least send you that message. Ask Ronald Reagan. The reason why they didn't do that to the current president? Why they didn't do it to the current president? Because again, he's better being a live martyr and a message to anyone that's ever going to step in from here on out, because you don't need to, physically kill anyone anymore. It's better for you to kill their reputation and have them walk around and wander the world as a pariah, as a living example to what will happen to you if you go against the grain, if you dare go against the motherfucking establishment.
The Washington Post, and the lamented Boston Evening Transcript. In fact, the editor of the Christian Science Monitor was the chief American correspondent.
Everything you're saying right now.
It might be mentioned that the existence of this Wall Street Anglo-American axis is quite obvious once it is pointed out. If the idea of powerful Wall Street insiders joining a secret foreign network to establish dominion over all habitable portions of the world and successfully penetrating into university life, the press, and the practice of foreign policy sounds like something you should have heard about, you're right. But the secret to why you haven't is contained in the story itself. The successful penetration of universities, the press, and the government has proven quite useful to those who wish to remain unknown. The Institute of Public Relations, or IPR, quickly provides many examples of network infiltration and manipulation. For instance, on pages 132 and 953 of Tragedy and Hope, he exposes yet another front group called the Institute of Pacific Relations, or IPR. Because the IPR provides priceless insight into the deceptive nature and true power of the network, we'll briefly cover it here. Let's begin with the final report of a U.S. Senate investigation of the IPR. It stated in part, the IPR has been considered by the American Communist Party and by Soviet officials as an instrument of communist policy, propaganda, and military intelligence. The IPR disseminated and sought to popularize false information, including information originating from Soviet and communist sources. The IPR was a vehicle used by the communists to orient American Far Eastern policies toward communist objectives. Now, to the average person, it sounds crazy to suggest that a network of super wealthy capitalists is secretly conspiring to gain control of the world. But it sounds even crazier to accuse these same super wealthy capitalists of using their tremendous wealth and power to popularize a system of government, communism, that would, in theory anyway, lead to the destruction of all their wealth and power. Surely, if such an unbelievable story were true, the free press would have shouted it from the rooftops, right? Wrong. Let's jump ahead for just a second and look at how Quigley described the network-directed media cover-up of the Senate investigation. It soon became clear that people of immense wealth would be unhappy if the investigation went too far, and that the most respected newspapers in the country, closely allied with these men of wealth, would not get excited enough about any revelations to make the publicity worthwhile, in terms of votes or campaign contributions. As this demonstrates, the network fully understands the importance of controlling public opinion. This also provides a glimpse into how it can do so. If a disturbing truth isn't reported on by a respected news outlet, it might as well not exist. The vast majority of citizens will remain forever oblivious. Additionally, in this particular case, any senator that insisted on taking the investigation too far would surely face a smear campaign by the same press that was ignoring the IPR story. Shortly thereafter, the people of immense wealth who ordered the smear campaign could be counted on to retaliate financially as well, by shifting all future
And hey, listen, what do you see right now? They're talking about pretty much ending the political career of any Republican that dared support what the president was talking about or objecting to the certification of the incoming president. Again, people, if they take away your free speech, bro, it's over with. Everything else is going to follow. This is why you're in a republic, not a democracy. We got that, but they start teaching you the opposite. So you have to think what? Democracy, 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 majority rule. Go along with the crowd. Be a sheep. If you dare fucking go against the crowd, then you risk what? You risk being ostracized, being outcast, ridiculed, being called a conspiracy theorist, losing everything, You'll be on your own, or you'll be in a minority. And a lot of people not built for that, man. A lot of people not built for it. I'm telling you. That's why motherfuckers don't like a motherfucker like me, bro. I don't care if it's 1 on 100. I gotta have at least 10 of y'all, and I'm satisfied. If I die, I promise you, I got at least 10 of y'all I'm taking before you get me up out of here. And I'm satisfied with that. Because you when you say, yeah, we finally killed that nigga, but damn, we don't know how the hell he did what he did, but shit. We had to get him up out of here. Because imagine if we had 10 motherfuckers like him, they would have got all of us. And again, man, it's not just the physicality, it's the mentality. That's the American way. American way is, bro, hey, you got to kill me in this bitch, bro. Before you just take something from me, before I just lay it down and give it up. Nah, bro. Nah, No. Sorry, partner, I can't do it. Like somebody said it the best way the other day. I think it was where were we at? What was it? Who was saying it? But yeah, man, it's like you go to jail or you in prison, right? And they're like, hey, bro, what's up? What's up with them cheeks? What's up with them cheeks, bro? You know them Ha Davis skits? Them Ha Davis skits? Hey, big fella. You just go lay down and spread them, nigga? Nah, bro, you have to kill me, bro. Not knock me out. Not like, bro, you're going to have to be as to where I cannot move. You're going to have to break my motherfucking spinal column or take my life. I'm not doing it. No. But a lot of y'all don't have that mentality, bro. A lot of, okay, I guess, give me the Vaseline. That's what I hear in a lot of y'all niggas. And the sad thing about it is, if it came to killing another black man, you'd be all about it, man. Fuck that nigga, man. I killed that nigga. This and the other, blah, blah, blah. But if it's literally for the American way, bro, the American way, for not only you, but your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your child, your son, your daughter, your niece, your nephew. This is for their future and not being literal fucking slaves to the establishment. Well, I guess, do you have the KY? Please be gentle. That's what I hear out of you niggas, man. And that's why I say, hey, when I see you, have a great one, sir. You can go on and go the other way. When you start complaining to me and talking to me about racism and all this other shit, and all, or I don't give a damn about that shit. Fuck America and this and another. Oh, word. Okay. Congratulations, brother. Go right ahead. And while I'm 1,000 yards away with my binoculars looking at y'all motherfuckers getting marched down the goddamn firing squad line, I'm gonna make sure I look at your face and take a mental picture before they call you a nigger and go ahead and air your ass out. Guard. Guard. Yeah, exactly. Shout out to Astro, man.
Campaign contributions to a more obedient candidate. Needless to say, this type of influence can drastically affect how much attention an issue receives in the media. The merit and importance of a story will often take a backseat to the wishes of those who have the power to keep it quiet. More importantly, similar tactics of control can be applied in other areas as well. Keep that in mind as you listen to the following short summary of the IPR's activities, because the blueprint for directing perception and policies hasn't changed. In 1951, the Subcommittee on Internal Security of the Senate Judiciary Committee, the so-called McCarran Committee, sought to show that China had been lost to the communists by the deliberate actions of a group of academic experts on the Far East and communist fellow travelers whose work in that direction was controlled and coordinated by the Institute of Pacific Relations, or IPR. The influence of communists in IPR is well established, but the patronage of Wall Street is less well known. The headquarters of the IPR and the American Council of IPR were both in New York and were closely associated on an interlocking basis. Each spent about $2.5 million, nearly $30 million when adjusted for inflation, over the quarter century from 1925 to 1950, of which about half in each case came from the Carnegie Foundation and the Rockefeller Foundation, which were themselves interlocking groups controlled by an alliance of Morgan.
Listen, bro. All of these people, all of these groups, all of these power players, bro, again, all of this shit is contrived, bro. Black Lives Matter did not become a hashtag out of the spirit of black people. No, That shit had money but put behind it, and it was purposely put forward by these internet and social media platforms. One in a billion hashtags go viral, like just on their own. From, you know, genuinely from grassroots, people just like it and catch on, bro. 1 in a billion. And again, what did you see that they did? They turned it into a corporation. That's how you know it was contrived. They already had this stuff planned for I don't know how long, bro. And it's just all got different names for the same thing. Black Lives Matter is just one of the fronts of it. Socialist this, communist this movement, that movement. If it's got movement behind it, bro, it's I'll say 75% chance, bro, that it's some kind of Marxist, communist, socialist ties to it. Somebody's backing it, man. This is what people not talking about with Stacey Abrams. And this is why Stacey Abrams will, on top of the, you know, what happened, the interference, we'll just say that. We'll just call it the interference, the Deion Sanders. That's what we're going to call it. Because if you say the other thing, they might try to get you up out of here. But the Deion Sanders, right? There were major Georgia. That's why Democrats target dumb voters, uninformed people. This is why they do it. This is why they do it. The easiest thing in the world, bro, is to say racism, voter suppression, women's rights, LGBT rights, discrimination. What else? What are we missing? And you know what's funny? They mentioned everything but the kids. Everything but the kids, bro. Everything but children. People don't talk about how children are the biggest sufferers of any type of sexual abuse. Way more than women. But again, this is why how we know, man, women are selfish. They're selfish as fuck. They don't even care. You know, it's easier for you to get more time for the possession of a gun than it is for the actual molestation and sexual assault of a child. It's a mandatory minimum with gun crimes. But in most places, remember, they just eliminated that in California for it to even be called a mandatory sex offender. For in sake of who? Because it was what? Because it was unfair to a certain sector of individuals, right? 10-year gap. 10-year gap, people. Why would you need a 10-year gap? There's no way, shape, or form or fashion as to where even if you did this from, let's say, the high school thing, right? The most you would need would be a 4 to 6 year gap. Because let's say freshman gets in relationship with senior. So at the time, the freshman is 14 to the what's the name being 18. Right? So let's say you maintain the 4-year gap and you get to say, okay, well, he's 17, or he or she is 17 years old. So the person is 21, but they had a previous relationship, something similar to the Romeo and Juliet law. The Romeo and Juliet law doesn't even allow for a 10-year gap, people. If you were a heterosexual man or your son was a heterosexual boy, right? And he started a relationship with a girl in high school with, let's say, the senior to freshman aspect, right? Bruh, if he turned out to be 27 years old messing with that 17-year-old, you think that's gonna fly? They're gonna be like, brother, how can you guys have had any type of previous relationship as when you were 18, she was 8? That was still illegal, sir. Take your ass to jail. Go to jail right now, nigga. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Send your sick ass to jail. But why? That's only because if you're a heterosexual male, dealing with someone too young. You are a weirdo. You're a gross. You're a predator. You're a threat. You're dangerous. But somehow, if you are a non-heterosexual male doing the same activity, that feminism and intersectionalism and all these other exceptions about all of these alternative lifestyle things, bro, these are all parts of Marxism, socialism, communism. It's about putting the down is up is down, left is right, right is left. It's about putting everything on his head, man. How in the hell is it that you have 5% of the population, bro? Since Barack Obama, since 2008, has had one of the biggest leapfrogs of power in this country ever. Black people, this is why you're so stupid. Y'all complain 400 years, 400 years, 400 years, slavery, racism, Jim Crow. And hold on. You let the first black president come in here and literally take people that are sexual orientation that can change. Your sexual orientation can change. It's plenty of people that were straight that stopped being straight. There were plenty of people that were alternative lifestyle that stopped being alternative lifestyle. It is a choice. That is the proof. Donnie McClurkin. Name somebody else. It's plenty of women out here that, I was just a phase of mine, I thought I experimented, but I'm heterosexual, What's the dude's name that got out of it when they start hitting with those child molestation claims? What is his name? Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey gave it up. Well, I identify as an alternative lifestyle man. We got to get up off of him. We got to leave him alone. Yet still, even if a straight man had an allegation against him, no proof behind it. Not even an allegation from the actual child, but by somebody else. What would happen to him? This shit is hey, it's scary, bro.
And Rockefeller interests in Wall Street. Much of the rest came from firms closely allied to these two Wall Street interests, such as Standard Oil, International Telephone and Telegraph, International General Electric, the National City Bank, and the Chase National Bank. Regarding the network's influence over Far East policy, Quigley states, "There is considerable truth in the contention that the American experts on China were organized into a single interlocking group, which had a general consensus of a leftish character. It is also true that this group, from its control of funds, academic recommendations, and research or publication opportunities, could favor persons who accepted the established consensus and could injure, financially or in professional advancement, persons who did not accept it. It's also true that the established group, by its influence on book reviewing in the New York Times, the Herald Tribune, the Saturday Review, a few magazines, including the liberal weeklies, and in the professional journals, could advance or hamper any specialist's career. It's also true that these things were done in the United States in regard to the Far East by the Institute of Pacific Relations, that this organization had been infiltrated by communists and by communist sympathizers, and that much of this group's influence arose from its access to and control over the flow of funds from financial foundations to scholarly activities." Quigley continues, "Awards for work in the Far Eastern area required approval or recommendation from members of IPR."
Look, man, infiltrated by communist sympathizers, all these other things. McCarthy was right. But what did they do? And I remember this. You know what's so weird and crazy about this, bro? Is that they taught about McCarthyism in early high school, and it was a bad thing. They villainized him. They made him seem like he was just this extremist, obsessive person, and they tried to tear him down and all this other shit. Why? Because he was fucking right. It was motherfucking communists everywhere, bro. And that's when they was really starting to get it cracking. And again, this is why, bro, I don't give a damn about a person being racist. I don't care. I'm not giving a damn about what nobody has to say. This is the programming of black people, of how you invest so much in a person's motherfucking like their opinion. No matter what it's about. Oh, I ain't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, but I don't give a damn about nothing a hater got to say. Fuck a hater. Fuck a hater. Fuck a hater. Okay, so you can fuck a hater, but not fuck a racist. I'm not saying like if a motherfucker in your face calling you nigga, don't hit him with the twisted T. I'm not saying that by any means. That's your decision. If you want to do that, if you want to, you know what I'm saying? Because in some places, I think saying that is considered assault. I don't think that negates or may allow any type of physical altercation. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not condoning that by any means. But over the internet, somebody typing something or somebody saying something, bro, why you think I give a fuck? Why should I? But again, they got you niggas, emotionally fucking controlled, bro. Shout out to your is that hey, they need that hug. Y'all really love, admire, and want to emulate that white man as much as possible. Y'all love him to death. Shout out to David Carroll, like he said, y'all just want to smell it. Y'all wanted to smell the that meatloaf that Mr. Charlie ate the day before in that bathroom. And look at you now. It's sad, bro. It's quite sad. Them they Black Wall Street, they tore it down, Black Wall Street. And again, they built it back up after that, and they were doing very well. Nobody ever tells you that fact. Every time we built something, they tore it down. No, they didn't, But again, they portray, this thing to you, and you niggas are so obsessed with racism, you refuse to motherfucking fight when you need to fight and keep building.
Moreover, access to publication and recommendations to academic positions in the handful of great American universities concerned with the Far East required similar sponsorship. And finally, there can be little doubt that consultant jobs on Far Eastern matters in the State Department or other government agencies were largely restricted to IPR-approved people. The individuals who published, who had money, found jobs, were consulted, and who were appointed intermittently to government missions were those who were tolerant of the IPR line. Amazingly, after admitting all of this, Professor Quigley somehow concludes, quote, "The charges, accepted and proliferated by the neo-isolationists in the 1950s and by the radical right in the 1960s, that China was lost because of this group, or that the members of this group were disloyal to the United States, or engaged in espionage, or were participants in a conscious plot, or that the whole group was controlled by Soviet agents, or even by communists, is not true." In Quigley's defense, the last part of his statement is obviously accurate. The group wasn't controlled by Soviet agents or even communists. Rather, according to Quigley himself, the group was controlled by a secret network of individuals who, quote, "have no aversion to cooperating with the communists or any other groups and frequently does so." But does this fact somehow exonerate them from a charge of disloyalty? Does it change the nature of their conscious plot to fabricate consensus on you?
And listen, man, this is the biggest point in understanding it, bro. It's not that the people are communists in what's the name. It's just that communism is the best system to get what they want, the ultimate goal. Communism strips the fucking people of their rights, of their individuality. And it's the communist system is, hey, the state controls and rules everybody. You move when we say move. You sit your ass down. We say sit your ass down. If we want you to starve, you starve. If we want you to get a little bit of money or whatever, we're going to determine how much money you make. Communism is the system of globalism. That's the only way it's going to work. And what they're going to get to, as long as we go around, the longer we get into this, sovereignty is a problem. Okay? This is why you had to kill God. Because sovereignty is what? Inalienable, God-given rights. So if you make God the enemy and you kill him, then how can you therefore have your inalienable rights or your sovereignty? If God is dead or God is not real, God is fake, there's a reason why they don't attack any other religion. Again, the black dude that just did the damn prayer at Congress said something about praying to the God of the Brahmic, Brahma, bro, a black man, a pastor. Reverend. Not only did he just say that, man, he said that, then he said, all women. Y'all not see what the fuck is going on, bro? Like, for real. This shit is real. A man that claims to be someone putting out the message of the God of the Bible, the Most High, would dare say our women? Bro, this is what the fuck we dealing with right now, people. And y'all don't even see this shit. Oh, we say something about it, you must have a problem. You a misogynist. You got to get with the times. No, motherfucker. No, I don't.
U.S. policy toward China? Does it lessen their impact on the ultimate fate of China? No. This is one of the many cases where Quigley expresses a clear bias toward the network and its instruments. Clearly, this bias clouds his judgment. For instance, he repeatedly describes the network's methodical deception of others, but apparently he never questions whether he too might have been deceived. He describes the carnage of their mistaken policies, but their good intentions are always accepted without a second thought. Combine this favorable bias with his open contempt for the radical right and neo-isolationists, and poorly reasoned conclusions are nearly unavoidable. His casual dismissal of the IPR's role in the fate of China provides but one shining example. That Quigley can admit the IPR had tremendous financial and political power, a specific agenda, and actually achieved its goals, but then attribute the rise of Mao Zedong solely to the incompetence and corruption of Chiang Kai-shek's regime is difficult to explain. It's worth mentioning that shortly after the creation of the IPR in 1925, the civil war in China conveniently began. One possible reason, although conjecture, for why the network might have preferred a communist regime in China is revealed in the following statement. From the broadest point of view, the situation was this. The rivalry between the two superpowers, the United States and Soviet Union, could be balanced, and its tensions reduced only by the coming into existence of another great power on the landmass of Eurasia. There were three possibilities of this: a federated and prosperous Western Europe, India, or China. The first was essential. One of the others was highly desirable, and possibly all three might be achievable. But in no case was it essential or even desirable for the new great power to be allied with the United States. If the Soviet Union were boxed in by the allies of the United States, it would feel threatened by the United States, and would seek security by more intensive exploitation of its resources in a military direction, with a natural increase in world tension. If, on the other hand, the Soviet Union were boxed in by at least two great neutral powers, it could be kept from extensive expansion by 1, the initial strength of such great powers, and 2, the possibility that these powers would ally with the United States if the Soviet Union put pressure on them. The great game of playing one side off another, engaging in balance of power politics, is discussed many times throughout Quigley's book. I've included that reference only because it provides a potentially logical motive, at least logical in the realpolitik sense of the word, for the network's policy toward China. Now, returning to Quigley's characterization of the IPR scandal and the subsequent lack of media coverage referenced earlier. As a result of continuing pressure spurred on by the radical right, the network soon found itself the target of 2 congressional investigations. Quigley describes the second of these investigations, the Reese Committee, this way. A congressional committee followed backward to their source the threads which led from admitted communists like Whittaker Chambers through Alger Hiss and the Carnegie Endowment to Thomas Lamont and the Morgan Bank fell into the whole complicated network of the interlocking tax-exempt foundations. The 83rd Congress in July 1953 set up a special committee to investigate tax-exempt foundations with Representative B. Carroll Reese of Tennessee as chairman. It soon became clear that people of immense wealth would be unhappy if the investigation went too far, and that the most respected newspapers in the country, closely allied with these men of wealth, would not get excited enough about any revelations to make the publicity worthwhile, in terms of votes or campaign contributions. An interesting report showing the left-wing associations of the interlocking nexus of tax-exempt foundations was issued in 1954 rather quiet.
So again, man, look, you get so far to the truth and they stop your ass dead in its track because they can't let you pick up on the fucking breadcrumbs. They can't let you get all the way there. And what happens is the same thing you're seeing right now in real time is like they did the Joe Biden, not Joe Biden, but the Hunter Biden story. They buried it, bro. They purposely buried it. They claimed that, okay, well, this was because of hacking or some shit or whatever, what have you. And the dude that actually had the thing, I think he's suing them for defamation. I think it was Twitter. That's what it was. He's suing them for defamation because they claim he hacked to get the information that he had when he had actual possession and the rights to the information because the laptop was in his possession. Again, man, when you let people control the motherfucking narrative and the information, that is a problem. The media is the more dangerous than any, listen to me, than any army, navy, or military could ever be. Because before those people can move, you got to get the people behind it. Before you're willing for people to put their sons and their own lives at risk, they have to buy in, and you do that through what? The media and the propaganda that they're selling you. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm not gonna go too much further because I know motherfuckers will try to jam me up if I really get into the weeds on that.
Italy. 4 years later, the Reece Committee's general counsel, Renee A. Wormser, wrote a shocked but not shocking book on the subject called Foundations, Their Power and Influence. Quigley closes this chapter on the network with the following. The financial circles of London and those of the eastern United States reflects one of the most powerful influences in the 20th century American and world history. The two ends of this English-speaking axis have sometimes been called, perhaps facetiously, the English and American establishments. There is, however, a considerable degree of truth behind the joke, a truth which reflects a very real power structure. It is this power structure which the radical right in the United States has been attacking for years, in the belief that they are attacking the communists. Again, as Quigley points out, the power structure that he exposed isn't loyal to communism, or socialism, or fascism, or capitalism. The network is happy to exploit the rhetoric of any movement or ideology, prop up any dictator or tyrant, and support any economic or political model, provided it serves their one overarching aim. That aim, to bring all the habitable portions of the world under their control, is as old as the lust for power itself. The death and suffering that their policies have already caused in pursuit of this aim are incalculable. Allowing them to continue as they have will only bring more of the same. As W. Cleon Skousen states in The Naked Capitalist, as I see it, the great contribution which Dr. Carroll Quigley unintentionally made by writing Tragedy and Hope was to help the ordinary American realize the utter contempt which the network leaders have for ordinary people. Human beings are treated en masse as helpless puppets on an international chessboard, where giants of economic and political power subject them to wars, revolution, civil strife, confiscation, subversion, indoctrination, manipulation, and deception. Skousen hit the nail on the head. Tragedy and Hope revealed something even more important than one of the most powerful influences in the 20th century American and world history. It inadvertently revealed the mindset of those who wield such power. It exposed the astonishing arrogance and hypocrisy of those who feel they have the right to rule billions of other human beings. If there's one goal for this book, it's to expose the attitude and inherent nature of those who seek to dominate others. Don't worry about remembering all of the dates and names that have been listed. Don't worry about trying to recall all of the specific events. All of that information will always be.
Bro, you are cattle. You are less than human. You're useless eaters. You're dumb. You are not intelligent. You're just a walking around golem for these people, man. Quigley was not the only person to say this. It's been plenty of people who and again, there's no coincidence in life, bro, where you have two totally different or several totally different people from different generations, different regions, different languages, all these things that tell you the same thing. These people think of you as just not even being human. You're beneath them, you're below them, and you are here to serve them because you're not on their level. This is why I laugh when people talk about elitism. Bro, you know what a real elitist is? A real elitist, if they could get away with it, or you're out of somewhere where they know it won't be found out, bro, they would shoot you in your face and laugh about it and walk off. The most horrific of things you can think of, they would do it just for fun and know that nothing could be done to them about it and going about their day, going about their way. Go have motherfucking coffee. Go tell jokes.
Here and on the website if you need to find it again. Instead, make it a point to simply verify the following. There is no lie that these men will not tell. There is no crime that they will not commit. The only measure of right and wrong, in their view, is whether their tactics succeed or fail. This might sound like hyperbole now, but by the end of this audiobook, you'll understand the truth of this assertion. The network's game is won by those who calculate properly, and moral considerations only impede accurate calculation. An introduction to Realpolitik. Henry Kissinger personifies the essence of the network mindset. In his book Diplomacy, he introduces his readers to the amoral concepts of raison d'etat, translated as reasons of state or state interests, and realpolitik. The basis of both concepts, Kissinger explains, is that individual men can be judged negatively on moral grounds, but governments cannot. When it comes to government action, the only suitable judgment is based on whether or not the government achieves its ends. Throughout his book, Kissinger praises those who are wise enough to govern by these concepts, and practically mocks those who object on so-called moral grounds. In praise of Cardinal de Richelieu, a 17th century French statesman, Kissinger writes, "Though privately religious, Richelieu viewed his duties as minister in entirely secular terms. Salvation might be his personal objective, but to Richelieu, the statesman, it was irrelevant. Quote, 'Man is immortal, his salvation is hereafter,' he once said. The state has no immortality, its salvation is now or never. In other words, states do not receive credit in any world for doing what is right. They are only rewarded for being strong enough to do what is necessary." Kissinger continues, "As the king's first minister, Richelieu subsumed both religion and morality to raison d'etat, his guiding light. Richelieu was indeed the manipulator described, and did use religion as a tool of manipulation. He would no doubt have replied that he had merely analyzed the world as it was, much as Machiavelli had. Like Machiavelli, he might well have preferred a world of more refined moral sensibilities, but he was convinced that history would judge his statesmanship by how well he had used the conditions and the factors he was given to work with." Now, to clarify, according to statesmen like Kissinger, the moral and legislative laws that limit the actions of ordinary men do not apply to a select few. To escape accountability, the ruling class needs only to invoke the name of the state. This, of course, is the same position held by past rulers who justified theft, deceit, torture, slavery, and slaughter in the name of God. The tactic has simply been modernized. Our new rulers have substituted the state for God, and conveniently for them, they are the state. And not just any state, they are the emerging Put another way, the state is nothing more than a collection of men and women who direct the resources and policies of government. Contrary to popular belief, it is his guiding light. Richelieu was indeed the manipulator described, and did use religion, but the government achieves its ends.
What the hell going on? The fuck is going on here? Can y'all hear me? Because now I'm freaked out. Something's wrong. I'm not getting any sound back on my end. So what's going on now? Something's weird. Yeah, something weird happened. Something happened. Let me see something real quick. Oh, I know what happened. That's what happened. All right, hold on. The fuck going on? So why can't I hear shit on my end though? That's what's fucking with me right now. Hold on. Yeah, that's there. Okay, let me try this again.
Throughout his book, Kissinger praises those who are wise enough to govern by these concepts, and practically mocks those who object on so-called moral grounds. In praise of Cardinal de Richelieu, a 17th century French statesman, Kissinger writes, "Though privately religious, Richelieu viewed his duties as minister in entirely secular terms. Salvation might be his personal objective, but to Richelieu, the statesman, it was irrelevant. Quote, "Man is immortal. His salvation is hereafter," he once said. The state has no immortality. Its salvation is now or never. In other words, states do not receive credit in any world for doing what is right. They are only rewarded for being strong enough to do what is necessary. Kissinger continues, as the king's first minister, Richelieu subsumed both religion and morality to raison d'etat, his guiding light. Richelieu was indeed the manipulator described, and did use religion as a tool of manipulation. He would no doubt have replied that he had merely analyzed the world as it was, much as Machiavelli had. Like Machiavelli, he might well have preferred a world of more refined moral sensibilities, but he was convinced that history would judge his statesmanship by how well he had used the conditions and the factors he was given. The moral and legislative laws that limit the actions of ordinary men do not apply to a select few. To escape accountability, the ruling class needs only to invoke the name of the state. This, of course, is the same position held by past rulers who justified theft, deceit, torture, slavery, and slaughter in the name of God. The tactic has simply been modernized. Our new rulers have substituted the state for God, and conveniently for them, they are the state. And not just any state, they are the emerging, omnipotent global state. Though citizens have been conditioned to believe that their statesmen and government instruments are in place to serve them, nothing could be further from the truth. Both the instruments and statesmen are part of an institutional apparatus that exists for the benefit of those who control it. Put another way, the state is nothing more than a collection of men and women who direct the resources and policies of government. Contrary to popular belief, it is an institution that exists for its own sake, to ensure its own salvation, and to prevent the rise of anything that might challenge its power. This is a harsh reality, and some will surely object on the grounds that the modern state is different. After all, it's built on the consent of the people. Democratic elections enable citizens to vote for who their leaders will be. They can choose from Republicans or Democrats. They can throw either out of office if they break their campaign promises. But what if our so-called representative government is all a carefully crafted illusion? What if the network chooses the candidates that we get a vote for? What if the network's experts, not the figureheads placed in official positions of power, are the ones who ultimately determine government policy? What if both political parties, right and left, are controlled by the exact same people? Quigley cast some light on this topic when he wrote, "The argument that the two parties should represent opposed ideals and policies, one perhaps of the right and the other of the left, is a foolish idea acceptable only to doctrinaire and academic thinkers. Instead, the two parties should be almost identical, so that the American people can throw the rascals out at any election without leading to any profound or extensive shifts in policy." Going even further, here's how Quigley described the system that's emerging now. It is increasingly clear that in the 20th century, the expert will replace the democratic voter in control of the political system. Hopefully, the elements of choice and freedom may survive for the ordinary individual, and that he may be free to make a choice between two opposing political groups, even if these groups have little policy choice within the parameters of policy established by the experts. In general, his freedom and choice will be controlled within very narrow alternatives. Okay, does that statement alarm you? Let's hope so. Facing reality. Using Quigley's work as a starting point, this audiobook will highlight how a small group of dominant men were able to secure control of local, national, continental, and even global policy. Though the power of this network is not complete, they are...
Shout out to Kid Styles for the fire. Keep pushing the truth, bro. It's sad day for America, especially for its patriots who realize we're surrounded by traitors and enemies. Yeah, man. Hey, shout out to Snacks B. You got it going on. Yeah, man. At this point, man, like I said, just know, you know what I'm saying, and who's around you and what they're about. And, you know, like I said, man, don't waste too much time on people. Tell them one time and one time only. And after that, again, shake the dust off your feet. As you heard, bro, when I first heard this stuff again, bro, and like I'll say probably at this point, what, 4 years ago now, I was like, oh man, all this shit's crazy. This some old crazy tinfoil hat conspiracy, out of this world, crazy, no making sense shit, la la la. But lo and behold, like I said, bro, this is an account of a man that did 20 years of historical research with a link to and an open door to the people that actually had control of the people. This is where this came from. It's true. Two sides of the same coin. The fake left right dynamic, bro. It's all a stage, bro. The world is all a stage. Why do you think a lot of the, again, man, a lot of these colloquialisms and a lot of these little sayings are said in jest. Okay, it's said like a joke, but it's true. But again, because how people are and how society will label you if you go along with it, you're a conspiracy theorist. You know, you're extreme. You're extremist thinker. You're just you're crazy.
Moving inexorably in that direction. Without increased awareness and resistance, their unelected and unaccountable global state will become a reality. And though the illusion of national sovereignty might be maintained, the freedom of the world's citizens will be, quote, controlled within very narrow alternatives. Before moving on to the next chapter, here are some of the key insights that we'll cover in this audiobook. First, real power is unelected. Politicians change, but the power structure doesn't. The network operates behind the scenes for its own benefit without ever consulting those who are affected by its decisions. Second, the network is composed of individuals who prefer anonymity. They are, quote, satisfied to possess the reality rather than the appearance of power. This approach of secretly exercising power is common throughout history because it protects the conspirators from the consequences of their actions. Third, a primary tactic for directing public opinion and government policy is to place willing servants in leadership positions of trusted institutions, like the media, universities, government, foundations, etc. If there's ever a major backlash against a given policy, the servant can be replaced. This leaves both the institution and the individuals who actually direct its power unharmed. Fourth, historically, those who establish sophisticated systems of domination are not only highly intelligent, they are supremely deceptive and ruthless. They completely ignore the ethical barriers that govern a normal human being's behavior. They don't believe that the moral and legislative laws, which others are expected to abide by, apply to them. This gives them an enormous advantage over the masses that cannot easily imagine their mindset. And fifth, advances in technology have enabled modern rulers to dominate larger and larger areas of the globe. As a result, the substance of national sovereignty has already been destroyed, and whatever remains of its shell is being dismantled as quickly as possible. The new system they're building, which they themselves refer to as a new world order, will trade the existing illusion of democratically directed government for their long-sought, expert-directed, authoritarian technocracy. To be sure, it's difficult to accept these statements upon first hearing them. They challenge our worldview and force us to reconsider everything that we've been taught to believe. It's much easier to dismiss these facts without further investigation. It's easier to accept comforting lies that alleviate our anxieties. But this, of course, is exactly the opposite of what must be done. If we allow ourselves to be manipulated, we empower the network at our own expense. Edward Bernays, perhaps more than anyone, helped establish the modern system of public manipulation. Drawing on the psychoanalytical techniques of his uncle, Sigmund Freud, Bernays became known as the father of propaganda.
Again, people, if you have not watched The Century of Self, Edward Bernays literally sits down and tells you this. He tells you this. I think he's sitting down having dinner when he was like an old ass man, and they have him explain it to him. Explain it to the people. You are being controlled. It is and this is why I say black people are the easiest control, because you have no understanding whatsoever of psychology. You don't understand how the mind works. You don't need a fucking psychology degree or a fucking psychiatrist or psychologist label, doctorate, to have a basic understanding of how the fucking mind works, bro. You don't. But this is what the people will try and tell you. And this is why the whole science of psychology is pretty much just all speculation. A lot of it. Not saying all of it, but a lot of it is. And this is how you get a lot of these things. You get the change. At one point in time, being alternative lifestyle was a disease. But what did they do? As the people became more empowered and more influential, they had to take that out. Why? Because those people had the motherfucking dollars and the influence to say, hey, nah, you can't say this shit no more. So this is why you can't completely and totally trust psychology. A lot of it and the basis of it in the earlier stages are just what it is. It's an understanding of the fucking human mind and psyche. But a lot of the stuff that's built upon it is bought and paid for whoever who has it serves the best for the time being. This is why toxic masculinity and what's another one? What's another recent thing? Men need to be more feminine. everything to do with degrading and reducing the masculinity of a man. Okay, that's the biggest thing, bro. Again, men are threats, not women. But if you turn the men into women, or the mind and the temperament and the attitude of women, it's just the same. Like I said, bro, if you got a dude that's, a dude walk up to him and say, "Hey, I like you and I want you," and he's like, "Okay," turn around and bend over. "Oh, all right." But that's not a man, bro. And that's what they're that's what they're doing. And that's why I say, bro, they're after your sons, man. They're literally after your sons. There's a reason why anytime you see these T people that they show and they keep telling you about the black ones, oh, they're the biggest sufferers of, violence, and they're being killed the most and all these other things, which makes no sense whatsoever. Because again, it's already bad enough that the T people are less than 1% of the population. And we know there's no way that there are more black T people than white, because again, there's 6 times more white people than black people. So, but again, bro, it's the whole racial aspect of it and these things, bro, to keep promoting this to you. And we know it's fucked up, bro. I did not know that RuPaul was a man until like my mom told me, as a kid, the whole makeup thing and all this other shit. And they had him in the videos and shit. So, bro, it's been over a 30-year campaign of pushing that shit to the forefront. You know what I'm saying? Pushing that into the psyche and the mind of the motherfucking people that this could fucking be okay. And who do they use? They didn't use a motherfucking white dude. They use a black dude. RuPaul is the most famous cross-dresser of all time. I don't give a damn. Tyler Perry. No, Tyler Perry ain't got shit on RuPaul. Without Tyler Perry, there would be no RuPaul. I mean, without RuPaul, there'd be no Tyler Perry. And on top of it, RuPaul was a real deal because RuPaul was taking them, them rods. RuPaul, get your bucket. Get your bucket. Yeah, man, it's crazy. I tried to get you there. In the early 70s, they paid to have it removed. Yup, telling you, yeah, man, telling you, it's crazy. And like I said, if you find one of those old, I think would have been a DSM-4, not a DSM-5, but I think it was DSM-4, it would be in there. But again, you can't even find one of those. You know what I'm saying? What you guys got, man? We only got a couple of minutes, so I'm gonna go make sure I get you. I got heavy hitters up here tonight, man. Shout out to Fatal Dose and Spiritual Logic for coming up, man. Greatly appreciate you, fellas. Go ahead, man. What y'all got, man?
Yeah, what's going on?
You got it.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, you said it all. People don't want to see the big picture about they had to kill God, and I know a lot of people have an issue with that, but the issue is, see, we have a personal responsibility to only be in control of ourselves. And if you're not in control of yourselves, then you're allowing other people to control you. And then people want to, they want to deny that and attribute this sense of morality to authority figures. And what happens when you attribute that morality to somebody other than yourself to control your life is that you're susceptible to lip service, lies, deceptions, agendas. And that's all we got here. It's like, everything is not going to be what it seems. These people who are deceiving you are not going to tell you exactly what they're doing. They're just going to show you the space they want you to play. And people can't understand that. People cannot see past, like who expects a politician, somebody who's paid. They're paid to do a job. What is their job? To promote an agenda. They're not paid to make you feel good. They're not paid. That's what the narrative is, that they're looking out for your best interest. But there's no track record of any civilization in history where the ruling powers looked out for the common man. There's no precedent for that to happen in all of human history. So for people to believe because somebody is in a position of power funded by a lot of things that nobody can really get into, that these people have your best interests at heart, that's the dumbest thing ever. And this is why, Black people always seeking their identity is why they fall and they become the Trojan horse or the scapegoat for all these little agendas, because we are denying, we're looking for somebody to validate us because we won't sit there and realize life isn't fair. It never was, and it never will be. What you do and what you make of your circumstances is the best you got. That's this reality. And because Black people don't want to accept that, that's why we keep falling for a lie that sounds good. And then we end up in a situation that is totally against everything that we wanted. Just like feminism. Feminism came from integration. If we never integrated with wanted to be into a system that didn't recognize us, we would never have been involved in integrating with them. So, but the whole idea is we thought that they say, okay, now you matter because we say you matter. Like you didn't matter before on your own. Forget what somebody else says. Accept that the world's unfair and your wits, your will, and your desire to fight is all you got. That's masculinity. Not waiting for somebody to be nice, not expecting your enemy to care about you, but to realize that your wit, your will, and your ability to fight is all you got. If Black people took all that energy, developed their minds, their bodies, got themselves spiritually together, and what that means is having awareness of self, know your weaknesses, know your own evils, because Black people are bringing evil upon them for not having any awareness of the evil inside of them. Like if we want evil things, then we're going to be deceived. Like all these dudes complaining about a woman, they're complaining because they have no self-control. They don't understand. They can't see past lust. So they're compromised. We can go back and forth. I just wanted to put that out there.
Appreciate that, bro. Fatal Dose, what you got, bro?
Yeah, that's a real good point. A lot of brothers don't they don't quite understand that when the white man went to Africa, they didn't show up day one with battleships and started dragging people off and throwing them on boats and taking them over to the Americas. That's not how it happened. When the white man showed up here, day one, they didn't show up with a cavalry and try to take down the Indian. They came they came in peace, right? Yeah, if you remember Mars Attack, we come in peace.
Right.
That's exactly what they do. They come in peace. And what they've done is these Negroes who have no sense of understanding of history and how conquering a nation works, allowed these liberals to come in and say, we come in peace, we're on your side, to use them as cannon fodder for their war. And so, but all of that is done through the emotions of Black people.
Mm-hmm.
In every other race, you have a large swath of the population that's rational. Well, and then you have the irrational ones. But what I find amongst our people is most of our people are irrational and only react on emotion and not facts and logic. And this is what's destroying us right now.
Yeah, man, and that's the whole biggest thing about this shit is that people refuse to even acknowledge it, man. That's what just makes it crazy to me. As like, somebody can tell you and present something to you that you never heard before or you never even knew, and the first thing you do is deny. Which, okay, that's reasonable. But the thing about it is, if I'm telling you, hey, this is real information. Here it is. Here's the source. Look it up and see what it says. And then not only, after you do that, don't just take the one source, vet it against another and another and another. And the thing about it, man, with this type of information, man, like I say, once you see like the cracked glass or the ripple effect, like, bro, it's never ending. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy. It's fucking literally mind blowing. And I myself, man, get a hard time of not getting sidetracked and going into like a whole nother, avenue of research on an individual or policy or whatever it may be. And like, bro, all this information is out there. That's what's so scary about it, man. People, the willing ignorance, the willing going along with the lie for the sake of what? And the worst thing about with black people is you're not benefiting. You know what I'm saying? I can see if there was a major benefit for you where, you're one of these people that's the elite, where, hey, if this shit comes out, I lose millions upon millions of dollars. I can't do this, I can't do that. No, you're already at the bottom. So if you're already at the bottom, again, man, you have nothing to lose. You have to be willing to tear down the motherfucking your rulers.
Hey, you know what's,
but for whatever reason, like I don't understand how people don't grasp the concept. You gotta go ahead.
Oh, my bad. I might have a delay. What people don't understand is that this is an ancient tactic. Order out of chaos, divide and conquer. These are ancient tactics. These are not even new. We so busy fighting each other that we don't realize it's the government orchestrating this plan so that we can basically victimize ourselves and have to, depend on daddy government to come save you. And that's what it is, instead of realizing that, all it is, both sides. Like I tell people, I'm not into a political side. And I'm not saying that there's certain low levels of government or certain things you can't vote on. But I'm just saying that even when you do vote, you're empowering the hand that feeds you. You're empowering that. And it's like, and I tell black people, what's more powerful than voting? Or if you're going to vote, your life the way you live your life should be your first vote. If you live a reckless life, like you sexually irresponsible, you want to be a criminal by trade, and then you're gonna go out here and then vote for something, but your actual choices in life is what's destroying your life, then you're a hypocrite. Because your first vote should be your life, and then your life should reflect your vote. But that's not what we see most of the time. We see a whole bunch of people having a whole bunch of kids, irresponsibly, and then they want to get out there and complain about the laws, but it's what we play into the system that feeds the laws. That's why we need to stop. We need to stop playing into it. We need to start removing ourselves from the institutions and the system slowly. Can't do it overnight, but we should see a gradual minimalization, and we should stop trying to interact with women through this government institution. Why are we interacting with a woman that has been weaponized by the government through their institutions?
Yeah, most definitely. That's the first thing. That's the biggest thing. But like you said, people are so
Did we lose him?
No, I'm still here.
No, he good. Okay. But we got Sir Tyson in the building. What's up, bro?
Can you guys hear me?
I'm gonna go in and come back and make sure I'm not delayed.
Yeah, let me make sure it's not me. Hey, can you hear me real time, Sir Tyson? Is it me? It might be me again. I don't know what.
I hear you.
You're breaking off. Fantastic. I don't know why.
I'm breaking off.
Yeah, you break.
Can you hear me now?
You were breaking off earlier, but I thought it was me. I got closer to my router. Hey, what's up, fellas? Good evening. It was something that I don't know if it was.
What's up, bro?
What up, Fatal? I was actually gonna say it was something that you or Hulk had just mentioned about the reason why Fan had just said something regarding about how the information's out here. I'm doing a shameless plug. I'm doing another Fasten presentation for Teapot. I was doing some research, and it's amazing how when you do research on something, when you do it on one thing, you find another thing that you didn't know, and you keep going through this rabbit hole. And I think that the reason that people tend to remain willfully ignorant, I mean, how many times have we shown people these links? Reference that book right there. What is it? Carol Quigley, I think it was the author you're reading. I think, man, people, they want validation from the same people that they hate. I mentioned something in the chat. Actually, before I mentioned that, what I said in the chat, they want the same validation from the same people that they're calling racist, that, or they hate the media, but they love when it propels their interest. And I think the reason that many of them choose to remain willfully ignorant is they don't, it's kind of like the kid who knows Santa ain't real, but still wants to keep that illusion there. I think this is what happens with a lot of people, man, why they don't want to research things. And while it's like, well, it's good to be on the winning team, or so they think it is. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Versus always in their mind swimming uphill.
Yeah, you know, the crazy part is I have so many Negroes coming at me, bro. I don't know who it was on your stream yesterday, Fantastic, that said, fuck them niggas 50 years old and older. I'm starting to feel that way. Because it's like the older the motherfucker, the dumber they are. It's insane, bro. And I'm 46. So it's like, yo, like we're just like literally 4 or 5 years apart. How could you be said that stupid?
They're it's funny, we're around the same age, Fatal. They're from that era of, I don't want to generalize them all, let me be clear on this, because a lot of them have given me some wisdom, but you have those, you know, it's kind of like even today was something said about the vice president elect or what have you, and I'm just shaking my head. It was I can't remember what the trending topic was. I think she's on some cover of some magazine, and people were just marveling at the black woman. And I'm like, you know what? If I come in and say what I have to say or whatever, or just say, look at her record, then I'm going to be seen as this. So I'm going to lay off. But it was mostly 50 plus, 55 plus people who were doing what I just described.
Mm-hmm. Yo, but here's the thing.
One second, Fatal. Big Truck, should we just be happy and just take it, what have you, and we're just talking shit, you know? I mean, you know, I mean, I just saw you came in, so
good afternoon. I mean, good
evening, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
What's up, Big Truck?
Well, no, listen. You know what? You can express your frustration with what the situation is. And you don't have to just take it, but what you need to understand is that this new paradigm is inevitable. So you can choose to go with the flow. You could choose to keep it away from you. You can choose to move. But ultimately, the new paradigm is pretty much, it's just fact. Sorry.
What's new about it? I mean, we've all known this. We're talking about people's willful ignorance into this versus, actually.
See, you got to understand something. It's easy to call somebody else ignorant, but I don't know if
I didn't call them. I said there's a difference.
No. Listen,
there's a difference between willful ignorance and ignorant.
You got to listen to what I say, because the way I speak, sometimes I start from the end and I work my way back. I'm not saying you're calling anybody ignorant, but what I'm saying is, when you say willful ignorance, what I'm saying is, the allegory of the cave shows that people will believe whatever they're shown. If they get out of the cave, then they'll be able to see maybe something else or the truth or a different perspective. But when you have a country that is divided with the media, which is hyper-polarizing people in the manner that this media is, it's difficult even for me. Like, I look at Trump supporters and I don't blame them for saying what they say. And I look at Democrats, I don't blame them for thinking the way they think, because I understand that they're getting their information from two totally different sources. Even if they try to cross over, they're really looking for confirmation bias. So the problem is, it's not so much that they're ignorant, it's that they're being misled.
So, can I get in on this?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got a little bit of delay. I'm not gonna be here long. But I'm just going to say that it's just a shame. You know, it's not about ignorance. We know what is, we know what isn't. We know what's happening right now. Right now, what's happening is a communist takeover. That's the long and short of it. And what we realized this week and last week is that if you're someone who values freedom, if you're someone who's a true patriot, and you're someone who really represents what America was at least supposed to be about, you're surrounded by traitors and enemies on both sides. If we were going to have a quote-unquote civil war like they said we were going to have, it would have went horribly wrong for the right, because all the people that we thought were on our side, a lot of them, all the people on the right, all those trackers, they were just stabbed us in the back. All the people coming out denouncing what happened to the Capitol building while we watched America burn for almost a year for causes that weren't really worth it, in my opinion. But something that's actually worth it when you're going at the government for taking your rights and taking away your freedom. Oh, we shouldn't do this, and this is reprehensible. Listen. This is a sad day for America. We now know what we are. We are surrounded by traitors and enemies. We have enemies on both sides. And at this point, if you are someone who does value freedom and you are someone who sees it for what it is, you just got to stop, pile down, hunker down, stockpile, do what you got to do, and prepare for the worst until the smoke clears, because that's all you can do right now. You have to avoid your enemy because we're just clearly outnumbered. So it's not about being ignorant. We know what the truth is. Mr. Fantax has been telling you. There have been several people, not just in the black manosphere, but throughout several spheres, who've been telling you what it is. Black people keep averting their eyes, not just black people in the majority of America. They keep averting their eyes. My own family. Nothing I say to them will get them to even acknowledge that I have a point. It's not even about them trying to get on my side or agree with me. I can't even get them to acknowledge, you know what, you got a point. No. So it's over. So at this point, I know what it is. I see people for what they are, and I'm chilling. I'm just moving on, doing my own thing. I don't care at this point. Whatever happens. I got to take care of me and mine, and I got to, and truck forward. But this whole right, left, as far as I'm concerned right now, screw both of them. Because the left, we already know what they're about, and the right, they just screwed themselves. So you just got to be your own entity, unfortunately. That's all I got to say on it.
Good. Now you're getting it. That's exactly the proper attitude to take at this side. Stay in the middle.
Yeah. So speaking of the middle, right? Hear me out on this, brothers. I've been thinking about this real close lately. So you brothers are probably familiar with Maxwell Jordan, who made the statement that the game is rigged on both sides, and if this was a coin toss, heads you lose, tails you lose, and even if the coin lands on its side, you still lose, right? Because they've already planned all this out. And I've been thinking about what's been going on, right? Because you had a bunch of people who were followers of people like Bill Cooper and even Alex Jones, Jim Mars, and people who essentially understood what was going on for years, that didn't want to participate in the political system that they needed to get rid of. But unfortunately, the only people that took action in the past had been like people like the Bundys, the Branch Davidians, and other people who were really on the fringe. But you can't take out a whole swath of the population based on a few individuals. So how do you get them to become public enemy number one? What if you put the worst person that you can find on the left as president, that would then energize that hatred on the right side? And then you get the worst person you could find and bring them to the right as president. And then the people that were on the fringe will now think they have someone that's representing them. And then they'll come into the fold. And then you upset them by blatantly stealing the election in front of them to cause them to have a reaction, and then use that reaction against them to start locking people up and shut everything down that you did not want the general public to be aware of in the first place. And that's the question I've been asking myself. Is that what was done to us?
Let me answer your question. What you're basically saying is that the pendulum can swing wildly in both directions. There was a YouTuber a long time ago, and back before Obama got into office, he was saying, all of you people on the right who are angry and don't want Obama, he's going to win, but you shouldn't be worried about Obama. You should be worried about what comes after Obama. And the reason why is because, just like you say, the pendulum can swing wildly from one side to another. I knew from the moment Hillary lost with a popular vote, 3 million more than Trump, I knew the left wing was never going to stop until they destroyed Trump. And sure enough, he gave them all the ammo they could possibly need. And you can keep on saying that the election was stolen, this, that, and other if you want. But the bottom line is,
it was.
Yeah, well, listen, you could say that. I don't necessarily believe that, but you have to understand what you're dealing with. You're dealing with people who think that majority vote rules, even though this is a republic, not a democracy. And as far as they're concerned, one way or another, they're going to get rid of the Electoral College. And the way they're planning on doing it is by basically forcing people out of states like mine, New York, California, wherever. And they're going to force them and seed them into other places like Georgia, Texas, this, that, and other. And ultimately, the Electoral College won't mean a damn because every single state will be flipped to blue. So bottom line is, I already see Like, you got to understand, if you play chess and you do long-term investments, it teaches you to think a totally different way. I already understand what they're doing, and I also understand the reason why they're going to succeed.
Yeah. Hey, Big Truck. So
we
my
all
point to
we I
that.
think we all play. I think
Hold on,
we
real
all
quick.
play
Hold
chess. Okay, go ahead.
on, real quick. Hold on, real quick. Shout out to Kit Clouds for the $5 cash out. Really appreciate it. And let me just elaborate on something that Big Chuck said. Yeah, listen, man. The whole aspect of understanding this, because this year was the first time people was talking about, well, like, you know, Texas is going to be blue. Texas is going to be blue. And I'm like, what? I was like, how is that? How can you even think that's a possibility? But like he said, this mass exodus that's happening from places like California or whatnot is contrived, bro. Again, and shout out to Big Chuck for saying this. You know, the reason why they're driving these people out of these places because they want them to go to Atlanta. They want them to go to Dallas. They want them to go to Miami. They want them to go to Jacksonville. They want them to go anywhere
Texas,
where you can start sending these people that are going to have these progressive and these extreme left liberal ideologies. So, and then, you know, you get people to the actual businesses that start changing it around and stuff, right? Because like I said, bro, it's never, bro, I never thought I'd ever see the day again in my lifetime, you know what I'm saying? Or at least before I was an old ass man, that Georgia even had a chance of being blue, despite the actual, you know, Deion Sanders going on or whatnot, what have you, and all those things, which I believe will be revealed, I say, within a 10-year time frame. Way after this year, just Joe Biden is probably dead and gone, and it's not, he can't be held liable for it. And you know, Kamala Harris did something totally different, which we got to get on that too. So it's a very interesting question, fellas. So how does Kamala Harris become the president if she's not a natural born citizen?
Well, hold on. Before we get to Kamala Harris, let me say something. You're doing it to yourselves because y'all are down there building all of these brand new homes and complexes. And in most cases, most of y'all aren't in a position to afford them because the people who are coming from here, we have the money to come down there and buy your shit up. Like, for instance, my first house was $299,000, and it was a small little box house that I'm renting out now. And the thing about it is that $299, I could have come down there and I could have bought a mansion down there. And I'm certainly not changing the way I vote. I'm going to come down there and bring my ideology down there, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. So that's just it. Y'all are building the fucking properties, and y'all are basically saying, hey, New Yorkers, come on down. And I'm saying, yo, get out, go down to Georgia.
Yeah, I told you, my homeboy did that in Florida. Like I said, Florida is the best, and that's why I say with Florida is that Florida was already a swing state. Florida is going to be completely, totally blue, I say, by the next election because, bruh, especially, like you said, bro, they're trying to make Jacksonville like the new Atlanta, and it's the biggest geographical city in the country, right? And when I tell you, I just went down there for the Christmas and Christmas holidays, and there were like on my side of town now, and what I say within a year's time was the last time I really been down there. There were just on my side of town from a house that I already had, you know, a subdivision where my house, brand new subdivision, still building. Like Big Truck said, the average cost on a 3-bedroom house down there is like $150,000. You know, you get into the 200,000 plus. You're talking about four-bedroom house with you know, with a backyard, some shit that like a New Yorker or somebody that's from the Northeast is never ever seen. So you get to couple that with them already having the money because they're taking the salary that they got from there, bringing it down here. They're saving $13,000, I think my homeboy said, in just city taxes alone. You live in the boroughs, I think he said he paid on top of his regular tax.
Not our salary. No. Not our salary. We're retiring our retirement. Like, for instance, when I retire, I'm going to retire on like $150,000 a year. Now, up here, that ain't shit. But down there, if I come down there, I could be the king of fucking Georgia. So the thing about it is a lot of the people who are moving are retirees. And the only people I know who are really moving down there with a salary are people who work for a multinational corporation. Now, as far as California goes, California ceded their people to Denver, Washington, Oregon, and then to Texas, just like right now. Elon Musk sold his house in California. He's moving all his shit to Texas, and he's taking a lot of workers with him to Texas. So the bottom line is, you could call it the mass exodus. That's happening. But as far as your question about Kamala Harris was born in Oakland, California. She was not born outside the country. Her parents may have been born outside the country. She was born in Oakland, California. So if you want to go down, the rabbit hole of
no, I was just asking. I thought no. I didn't know that. I thought she was. I thought she was born in in the islands. But cool. Right. No.
Oh, okay. No.
So the question about Kamala is that her parents were not U.S. citizens, which they have to be U.S. citizens.
She was born in Oakland, California. Thank you for the 14th Amendment.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's a question as to whether or not she can become president because
yes, she can. The Constitution specifically says that you are a natural born citizen. Her parents were here.
Yeah, she was born on American soil. Yeah.
I understand that. I was just saying what the question that people are bringing out is.
That's not a question. That's not.
Bro, can he bring out the goddamn fucking question?
No,
shit.
You hog
this shit all the fucking time.
Or you say anything while you're punching your punching bag? What he's bringing up is
shut the fuck up, fat motherfucker.
That's the same shit that Trump started that got everybody started to turn on his ass when he was doing that birtherism shit to Obama. Now, granted, Obama did not live in the U.S. All his family was in Hawaii, and Obama was not a poor person. Like they tried to paint him as like a community organizer and a poor man. His family was
no nigga in it, bro.
But for them to try to paint him with that birtherism shit when his driver's license was in that state that he was in, he had a car, he had a driver's license, he had all that student loan shit, he had all of that stuff, and all of it was provable. Trump's tried that birtherism shit with him and with John McCain, and that's what got the media started with his ass. Oh, he's a racist. So what I'm saying is Kamala Harris was born in Oakland, California. Please do not start that birtherism shit.
Yeah, okay.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, Fantastic brought up a point, and I was clarifying why that's being said. That's all I was doing, but you're going down this. All right, never mind, bro. Go ahead.
I like to start things before they stop. You got to remember, I'm from the future.
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, but Fatal Kudos, go ahead, brother. What were you saying? You were saying.
All right, we can move forward, man.
Go ahead.
All right, cool. Yeah. But listen, man. So the ultimate thing here is understanding the fact of the matter that I know you, Big Truck, are saying like it's coming. But again, there's been plenty of things in this world that were quote unquote coming, and you still had people that literally changed the direction of history, so to speak. Everything doesn't always go to plan. Yeah,
well, let me say this. Let me say this.
Hold on, man. Hold on. 1 second. I just have to respond to that. The law of causality says what happened has happened and can't happen any other way. Nobody can change the future unless they make moves in the past. But the thing about it is what we see as the past cannot be changed and could not have been changed because it happened. It could not have happened any other way.
Yeah, but the present is the past.
No, but what we see of the past could not have been any other way simply because we see it in the past as having happened. It's called the law of causality.
Well, let me bring up this real quick.
Go ahead, Spirit. You go ahead. You got it, Hope. You got it.
It's like death. You know you're going to die, but the choices you make now determine how quickly and how that occurs. You can't change not dying, but the choices you make do have a real effect on how fast death comes and how it comes. So just because you can't, we might think that, okay, this is where the spiritual aspect comes in. If you want to think about, okay, what is really going on? Is this the mark of the beast? Is this whatever? That's a whole different construct, because if we're going to bring up, okay, you can't do nothing about it, then there is a sinister, nefarious agenda to all of this. And if there is, it's more than money. But people don't want to talk about that. When you bring up the mark of the beast, when you bring up, the spiritual entities that are controlling everything, look, money, power, those are just pieces on a chessboard to get people to move. Everybody's chasing, as long as people are chasing the illusion of money and power, they're doing what the people in charge want them to do to acquire it, or to give the illusion of acquiring it. That's feeding the beast system. That's what we're doing. All of politics, all of how the world is orchestrated is to give you the illusion that you have what you will never have, so you can do exactly what you're told to do. Everybody's seeking the same thing. And this is why it's a real fundamental aspect. Why are you here? What is your purpose on this world? Because if it's just to get money and to get power, then you can't complain about the situation we're in. Because this is exactly what these people want you to do. They want you, everybody's fighting for this illusion that they can get wealthy enough or get powerful enough to protect themselves from what we proven can't protect ourselves from. But if you understand that there's something evil, something sinister about all of this, and that's why these people are paid. You remember, both sides are paid. They're paid to read off a script. It's like, it doesn't matter who's going to be president. They're all going to push the same agenda. They're just doing it from different perspectives. Like the brother said, he brought up, I think he made a good point about Obama's purpose was to inflame the right, and Trump's purpose was to inflame the left. And it worked, because both of those people are trusting in the system that has a track record to basically conquering everybody. This has been a long-term agenda. This is before the United States. All civilizations have been slowly giving people this illusion that let's steal our natural identity, which comes from our creator, and let's give it to being created in the image of the world. So everybody's moving by vanity, greed, lust, ego. These are the things that the world will use to control you, manipulate you, and extort you. And instead of reverse engineering the effects of everything we see now, is basically because those are the things people are being led by. That's the world. They're being created in the image of this world. So feeding those things won't change anything. This is why now it really doesn't matter what we're doing. We'll be lucky if they even still have an election. We don't know what's going to happen. There's so many possibilities that are waiting in this kind of inflammatory situation. I mean, they're locking down the whole country. I mean, Biden might come in and he might just lock down everything. They're already locking down everything where I'm at. So we don't really know what's going on. The world already been shut down. There's still variant strains of this BS going around that they're trying to use that to enforce more tyranny on people. Tyranny is coming from so many different angles. They're covering everything. They're covering medical tyranny. They're covering political tyranny. Now they're getting ready to just remove people off the internet completely. And don't think they could. It's funny. If we would have said this last year, that they would have removed the president of the United States off the internet, people say that's conspiracy theory. They'll never do that. Well, they're doing that. And they're actually getting to the point right now where all of big tech it basically has orchestrated that they own all the platforms. So now everybody's changing their terms of service. DLive, Gab, all these entities are slowly but surely going to have to fall in the line with big tech who provides the infrastructure for all of these things to work. This is why big tech had that meeting in the White House with Trump. This is why 5G was an infrastructure that the president White House put out, that they had to build that as fast as possible in the midst of a pandemic, because they're structuring, this is part of the compulsory system of compliance that this world is doing. They're going to cover all their bases. You're not going to be able to do nothing. You're not going to be able to talk. You're not going to be able to work. You're not going to be able to eat. And you're not going to be able to cover no aspect of life unless you do what the emerging world government, because this is global. Forget the little lines. If you notice, there's civil unrest happening all around the world in every country. There are protests in every country. There's civil unrest in every country. There's food issues in every country. That what was designed. Tear down. That's why they call it the Great Reset, or whatever you want to call it. They already have centralized digital currencies arising. They want everybody to believe in Bitcoin. Elon Musk is now the richest person in the world. He's now telling everybody to do Bitcoin. That's going to rush more people who didn't even think about digital currency to start thinking about Bitcoin and all this. They want people to get into these things. They're making it look attractive. They love that everybody's rushing to this. So when the government comes and basically owns that and centralized, and they will, you foolish. It's like the delete button. You know, everything, you have a delete button on your phone, you have a delete button on your computer. They want you to believe that you can actually get rid of something that you can't get rid of. You can't get rid. That delete button is just a feeling. It doesn't mean anything. You really don't delete anything. But it's the illusion, and that's what's happening. They're creating this framework that they're covering all their bases, and you're not going to have nowhere to run. And this is going to come back to a spiritual problem. This is why when the crap hits the fan, you're going to realize, wow, the only thing that makes sense in this situation is the mark of the beast. That's the only thing that makes sense.
My brothers, this is nothing new. We've been told this thousands of years ago. Jesus, even the Messiah, told us when one of us asked him, how do we know of your return? The first thing the Lord Savior said was, beware, let no man deceive you. And everywhere we go in today at the end times is nothing but deception from our fellow men. We see that with gay men. We see that with all types of men, that they want to take down heterosexual men. Deception. They want to deceive us into believing that you need money to cause and make a revolution, when that's not the case. When the man had said, I don't know his name on the panel, but he said that whatever is in the course of the making will be. That's history. That I could prove that to be incorrect. I mean, there's people who have thought they can overthrow dynasties and have failed in the halt of them trying to do the plan. And I mean, it's not like it cannot be done. Now, the illusion of money is just to make you feel like, you know, you have power to buy something, but you don't know, like 120 years ago, you know what the currency of money was? Corn. So what do you think the currency is going to be in 100 years? You think it's still going to be money or Bitcoin? No, it could be something completely else. So don't let no man deceive you. Deception is real in these end times. Like, women deceive you. They lie to you. Men, even fellow men. I believe, like, you have the guy right on here, Big Truck Receiver. I don't even know what
Big Truck Series Review Motorsports.
Motorsports. Yes, I'm gonna just call you Motorsports.
No. Call me Big Truck Series Review.
Call him Big Truck Series Review. Don't play that bullshit.
Big Truck Series Review. Damn.
Yeah. Bro, you gotta say the whole thing.
Whoa, wait.
You gotta say the whole thing. You gotta say it every time.
Hold on. I gotta say it 5 times fast, damn it.
Every time. That's bullshit.
Big Truck is okay.
Sit back. This is what we got going on. Here. And who is this cheerleader as? A cheerleader. Hey, brother, you too. Hey, you got balls. You ain't supposed to be cheerleading another man. But go ahead, Maurice, keep going.
Yeah, not to be disrespectful or nothing, but when you said that things are in the play, of course, like, yes, okay, this plan has been implemented for years. There's documentation. There's people who've died over it, put falsely accused in jail. Yes, we have cases on cases. We know that already. Now it comes to the point now, well, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? The commander-in-chief of the nation has asked people to come help him out, and yet no one from the black community went down there to help him out. And then you expect honor and valor. You expect your woman to respect you. You expect other brethren of the cord to come to your aid when you need it, when it would be financially or spiritually, or help you do anything within business-wise. But when you're called upon, when you're called upon for a greater cause, it seems like you're docile. I mean, I understand the feminism movement knocked out the few warriors that there were here, but still, damn, like, there's supposed to be enough of us where we could be like, yo, listen, dog, we need to get down there. We need to help out. Yes,
No.
Yes.
Excuse me. Well, hold on. Up, do you really think that black people, especially from up where I am, do you think any of us were coming down there to be anywhere near the MAGA people at all? Are you kidding me? Do you think that you were gonna see me run up into the fucking Congress and put my feet up on Nancy Pelosi's desk? Really? You think that shit was gonna happen? Fuck no.
I mean, I don't listen. Hold on.
No, see, this is what you don't understand. First of all, I'm a New Yorker. Trump couldn't ever even win his own city. Our city here controls this entire state. Number one.
That's
First of all,
the biggest lie.
No,
that's the biggest lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. But continue.
Hold on. What state are you from?
New York, nigga. The Bronx. So continue.
What part of New York are you from?
South Bronx, and I lived in Greenpoint, and I lived in Bed-Stuy. And I lived in Mount Vernon.
Nigga, I'm less than 13 miles from you. Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, Manhattan control this entire state. All these motherfucking Trump supporters out in Long Island. And
Thank you. That's the truth right there.
You don't even see them with that up until election day because they know goddamn well if they wear that shit into the city, they're gonna get fucked up. That's number one.
Well, yeah, I mean, number one, it's a rap.
Decided that he was going to side with the police in word and he was going to talk all that shit up about how great the police were, and you got him on tape saying that, oh yeah, well, you should abuse suspects, don't be too fucking soft with them. That shit is on YouTube. We got it on tape, so you can't even deny it.
So what? So what? Who cares about that? So what? So what? You're acting like a woman right now because you're in your feelings. So what? You cannot lie and say that people and suspects don't deserve to get their ass whooped. That's why they're suspect. That's why they're criminal.
Couldn't even win his own fucking city. That's because after that fucking shit, he wanted his ass jail.
Who is this dude? God damn, man. A whole lot of baby mama energy up here tonight.
See, you just spent my blood pressure up.
Hey, man. Hold on. See him? Hold on. I gotta say,
bro, that nigga, man, you got a sugar high going on, man.
Man, this is what you call the weakest link. That's what you call this, the weakest link. You're a Spartan that betrayed us and went behind our backs and went to King Xerxes. That's what you are.
You're weak, bro. You're not weak.
Yeah.
The Bronx ain't shit. They ain't nothing up there but fucking AIDS and motherfucking. Nobody wants to go up there.
Hold on. Hey, wait. Hold on.
You can't have men like this talk.
Wait. Hold on. Who the fuck is L Seth? L Seth, you don't just sound like a fucking mad rapper, nigga. All you doing is ad-libbing and ball guzzling. What the fuck you got to say on your own, brother? Say something on your own, nigga. L Seth, I need you to speak up right now, nigga. What are you bringing to the table other than pom-poms?
Me? All I'm gonna say is you can't back up. You can't back up. All I'm gonna say is you can't back up anything you're saying. All you're trying to do is just feed us all these dumbass lies. And he is right. Trump can't even win his own state, and that's sad. And I think Trump's pathetic because he fucked up America.
But hold on. Nick, my
baby mama energy.
Yeah. Hold on. El Seth. Okay, I need you to say something out of your own mouth, out of your own brain that Big Truck hadn't already said.
He doesn't have one.
How do you know? You're from the fucking Bronx.
Big Truck, shut your ass up. El Seth, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Stop rushing me, bitch.
Hey man, bro, you gotta go. I'm sorry, man. Listen, Big Truck. Hey man, Big Truck. You can't be bringing these motherfucking groupies up here, man.
I did not bring him. I shared the link in order to get
Big Truck, my man's ready to toot that ass up for you, man.
Yeah, man, he broke back ass niggas you got up here, man. What's going on here, man?
Listen, I shared link in order to get him more people to view. And listen, I'm not responsible for anybody else, because I am a Republican, and because this is a public.
So hold on a second. When he was reading,
Big Truck, because we got a little. That shit you're saying is bullshit, right? Because I'm from Brooklyn. I'm a Flatbush nigga right here.
Yeah,
right? So I talk all that smooth shit, but I'm a Flatbush.
Oh shit, son!
I'm a Flatbush nigga right here. So all of that shit you're talking, all y'all niggas was on Trump's dick over all those years. Yeah, motherfucker, just kill that bull. I'm from New York, nigga. Fuck that shit. I'm from New York. All y'all niggas was on his shit.
Yo, getting mad wild in here, son.
Okay, wait.
Wow.
Hey, I got a question. How you gonna be a trucker and dad gonna be for Biden? I'm just saying, how you gonna be a trucker?
Biden is not even for truckers.
Hey, Biden trying to take away the USMCA. All this money I done made for that.
Trucker. It's just that I happen to own truck.
That's even worse.
Biden is about to take your truck away, so you ain't gonna have shit.
Biden's not gonna take my truck away, and the reason I know it is because I'm gonna have my truck carrying liberal propaganda.
Oh God.
You gotta get him off. Get him off, traitor, right here.
Damn it.
Why are you so quick to silence me? What are you, a liberal?
No, please,
Baby mama
please.
energy.
Because that's exactly what they'll do. They love to cry censorship, but when it goes their way, they're all for it. Okay, so if he's gonna say it like that, no, please leave him on because.
Because my thing is, why is Righteous trying to get rid of me? It's because he's a liberal. That's why he's in the.
No, because you're unrighteous and you're a traitor, and I'm judging you clearly off the character that you are.
Traitor to who?
You are what you are, and don't be mad at me for calling you out. Be mad at yourself for what you are. Okay? You clearly just said you like the fact that Donald Trump gave you money. But then right after you said the fact that he gave you money, you said, fuck Donald Trump. That is the biggest deception and betrayal. You are a fraud.
Man, I bet he took that PPP. Hey, Big Trucker, you took that PPP, didn't you?
Hey, man, you took his money. All you, bro, Trucker, all you did was come to me with open hands saying you're my friend. And as soon as I turned my back, you stabbed me in the back. That's all you did. And you said it out of your own fucking teeth. You would do that to anybody. Fuck the internet. You would do that to anybody. And it's not coming from me. You said that out of your own mouth, bro. You said you would take money from Donald Trump. You took his $600, but fuck Donald Trump. You were trash. If it was my panel, you wouldn't even be on here. But it's not mine.
Fuck the Bronx. I don't give a fuck about the Bronx. So
it's not about the Bronx. It's about good and evil. It's nothing about boroughs. It's about. Oh Jesus!
Yeah, guess what?
You know what, Big Truck? Hold on. You know what? Big Truck is upset. Big Truck is upset because he was one of them niggas that was riding Trump's dick over the years, and then he heard somebody told him he was a racist, and now he's upset about it. He's butthurt. That's his problem.
Yo, you niggas bad bugging, son.
Hey, when I heard about Trump, it was the same thing. They praised him through the music, and I liked it. I was like, oh, I want to be like Trump too. Then I got grown and I found out the truth.
Are you kidding?
Yo, man, come on, let's calm this shit down, bro. God damn, bro.
This is the reason.
This is Big Truck. Hey, come on, man. This Big Truck exercise right here, man. We trying to get this man down at least about 10 pounds. You know what I'm saying? He got to get on panels, man. The motherfucker get his. I'm saying, I know you over there exercising, bro. I know this is pretty much how you get your workout in, man. So hey, let that nigga ride out. Hey, let that nigga ride out. Let them teeters get down, man. We trying to get this nigga. You know, you trying to keep this nigga alive over there, man.
Truth, you know what I'm gonna do for you?
Burn calories, bro. Burn them calories, man. Straight up.
You know what I'm gonna do for you, bro? Truth. I'm gonna get every one of these New York LGBT people. I'm gonna send them right down to the.
Hey, bro, why you always talk? Hey, man, you the one that.
Man, that's that sus shit. That's that sus shit.
Big son. Big son, you the one got a nigga up here stuck in your balls, man.
Big sus.
For real. You the one up here got the fucking the cheerleader up here, man. Get ready to
by the time I'm
finished, out, nigga. Come on, man.
By the time I'm finished sending people from New York down there to live next to you,
I'm just saying, though, bro. You the nigga, only nigga on the panel got a nigga talking about yes, big son.
Yeah. By the time
I'm just saying, I ain't never heard a nigga on the panel cheerleading for a nigga before, man. That was kind of suspect, bro.
By the time we're finished,
can you explain that, bro? You had a whole bam on the panel. You had a whole bam on the panel.
Yeah, what he said.
Man, these old
man, Big Sus Bam crew, nigga. You had a bam metal paddle, nigga. Come on,
my man bought Twan up for support.
Yo, these old twerking buck dancing for Biden niggas, man. I swear. Buck dancing for Biden.
I'm not supporting Biden.
You know what liberal propaganda is gonna put in this truck? What? Niggas twerk. It's gonna say niggas twerking for Biden. That's what it's gonna say.
Hey, Big Sus transport.
What?
What's going on,
Because ain't no freedom,
How you doing,
no
Mr.
freedom, no
Fantastic?
rights.
Good evening,
What's up,
Mr.
man?
Simpson.
You got it, bro.
Hey, I want to address something what Big Trucker said about Donald Trump being the one to start that birther situation.
Yeah.
That is not true.
Okay, who started it?
Hillary Clinton. Hold on. Let me, because I ain't trying to do all the arguing and all that crazy stuff that was just going on a few minutes before I got on the panel. When Obama and Hillary Clinton was running for president, when it was going after, it was time for George Bush to get out of office. She was the first one to bring that up about his birth certificate. And she started that birther, not Trump. When Trump came, in 2012 to run, just that he was prepping, not even trying to run. I think he was just testing the waters. And I said I was going to vote for him then. He said, you know what? We need to look into what Hillary Clinton said about his birth certificate, about him being born in America. So it was not Donald Trump who did that. It was Hillary Clinton who started it.
Oh, okay.
So when I hear people say that,
here's a question: who actually said that they're gonna pay money to send somebody down to Hawaii, and that person came back with fake fucking documents?
Here's the thing about Obama. Let me end the Obama stuff right here, y'all. Hold on. Let me end. Hey, hold up, Big Sus. Let me end this. Fuck that nigga, man. That nigga put gays, transsexuals, Decepticons, everything before all these niggas that voted for him. 2012, he said, fuck y'all niggas. I'm going with the ABC community.
What does NBD stand for? What does that stand for?
Big Sus, suck my goddamn dick, nigga. Your dad gonna buck that ass.
Chill. He just might. Yo, don't make that offer to him. He just might do that.
Another man to Joe Johnson, bro. Come
God damn, man. Yeah, he might take it seriously. My bad. He is with the community. My bad.
Listen, I don't appreciate words like
that. Hey, good looking out, bro. Truth for the warning, man. My bad.
Yeah, but I mean, just real talk though, man. We on fucking panels. We don't gotta be doing no shit like that. I don't think no nigga should be like saying suck my dick to anybody, bro. That's just foul as fuck, bro. We don't gotta get that low, man. You know?
But honestly, my bad, Fantastic. But for real though, Obama brought that energy.
Obama brought that. Truck. Can we talk one at a time? I know you think you're from the future, man, but can we hear other voices for a change?
Okay, go back to your punching bag. I got you. I'm sorry.
All right, here's the thing about Obama, man. He brought in all this change, hope whatsoever, and everybody got gassed up thinking in the community, we came out and voted like at a 90% rate. Then in 2012, like brothers caught on. We were like, man, he ain't doing jack for us. And then all of a sudden he became the savior to the B-dub because guess what? They benefited from all that freaking ABC community type stuff, not the fellas. But guess what? All this energy now, 2020, just a little emotional stuff, boom, got us, got brothers right back on that daggone Democratic freaking, I don't know, lister bag.
Okay.
Hey, shout out to Gary Grant for the 5. Thank you, brother. This is funny. Only 2020 when a brother big up another brother he suspected. What up, young man? You got it, bro. Hey, man, listen. Hey, there are levels, man. But yeah. Who else has said nothing? Steve T. What's going on with you, brother? It's on you. Go ahead.
Not much, man. Big truck, serious reviews and motorsports. I finally said it. Everybody said it all the way through.
Thank you.
I see the logo that you got. Okay. I've seen that before. That's from a Netflix show, Black Mirror, right?
I don't have Netflix. So I don't watch it. I don't know what you're talking about.
But look, that logo that you using with the black face painted, it was about a grimy person that promised people to keep things silent. At the end of the day, he exposed them.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I don't watch it.
This nigga lying. He clearly knows what he's talking about. Nigga, you're fat. You have Netflix.
The reason why that face was made for me by somebody who made an icon for me based on the fact that one of the last cars I had was an SRT 300. So no, I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't pay for Netflix. No.
Okay, well that face represents like a person that just don't keep they word. Look it up.
Dude,
it's a white face. It's a white face.
Steve,
it's a white face. But yours is painted brown.
Steve, what state are you from?
I'm from Michigan, man.
Oh, okay. Your vote, your state supported Biden, didn't it?
Yeah, but I'll tell you
Thank you.
this.
I'd like to
At
thank
4
you.
a.m. At 4 a.m. At 4 a.m. Yeah, they supported Biden at 4 a.m.
Michigan went straight to Trump, bro. If you look at the real numbers, bro, not the Dominion manipulated bullshit, bro. The Michigan went straight.
All I'm looking at is the electoral college numbers, bro.
No, man, you can't be a dumb nigga, Big Sus. That's the problem with with niggas, man. Niggas will look. Niggas will look at. But here's the thing.
Is there a way that you can talk without?
Hold up, Big Sus.
Is there
Niggas will look at wheelbarrows at 4 o'clock in the morning and be convinced of it. We gotta stop that.
Is there
You know what I'm saying?
without saying the N-word? And furthermore, let me tell you something. If it did so turn out that the what was it called? The mail-in ballots, because your buddy Bro Truth over there was talking all this shit for so fucking long about all the shit that was gonna get thrown out, and I kept saying, no, it's not, because I'm from the future, I know what happens. So no, it did not.
You're actually serious with this shit.
Man, what strain is this dude on?
All the ballots got accepted, and guess what? Now President Kamala Harris is swearing in very soon.
Whenever you get done with your motherfucking Twinkie eye, bro, now let me bring you back down to reality, my nigga. Okay, none of this shit, none of the evidence was seen this day in court. But first of all,
I don't care about
every single fucking case was thrown out on procedural basis, my nigga. It was never adjudicated on a merit.
What's the Bible?
And the thing is, the Supreme Court, Mike Pence, they are pretty much traitors to this nation.
Facts, traitors, treason.
And as soon as any of this evidence see its day in court, bro, it's going to be proven to the American people. Everyone fucking knows this shit was a fraud, except motherfucking ideological fucking idiots. Bruh, no. You already been talking the whole fucking panel, man. Like, come on, you gotta chill the fuck out, bro.
First of all, I came in here after the first hour and 30 minutes. Second of all,
hey man, so same as me, bro. It don't fucking matter, nigga. You gotta chill the fuck out, bro.
One question, and I'll let you answer it. I won't say nothing.
He said he'll let you, baby mama energy.
Hey, hold the fuck up, man. How many lists it takes to get to the center of a pizza pop, bro? I don't know, nigga. Go ask Mr. Owl, bro. That's not
question, and I will let you answer. I won't say nothing. How is any of this shit going to be proved to the American people when the media is controlled by the corporal fascists?
We don't watch the media. Only you. Only niggas like you, Big Sus, and the people that listen to niggas like you, like your little groupie that came up here. That's the only ones. And I'm gonna tell y'all. Let me tell y'all this. At the end of the day, somebody gonna get blamed for this. How do y'all think Jim Crow came about in the daggone turn of the century? They blame niggas for everything. All the niggas that were already up north were already integrated. And so when black folks from down south came up with all that craziness, oh, we got to blame somebody. Let's pin all this stuff on niggas. And all of a sudden, racism made this great come out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like this after the Civil War.
Fucking retarded. Do you remember slavery?
Oh my God, he's from the past. He's from the past.
Slavery?
No, I don't. I wasn't alive back then, bro. Now come on, bro. Stop the baby mama energy. Hey, let's talk about now, bro. Let's talk about what's gonna happen. Black folks are gonna catch the blame for this. Look at the 4 cities where they flipped this election. You got a whole lot of white people pissed off at what happened. You got over 80 million white people pissed off. Okay,
even some Democrat white people are pissed off.
Yep.
You know, Big Truck. Big Truck. Listen.
You know what? Hey, I'm gonna tell you something.
Hold on. Let me say something. Big Truck was on the panel yesterday talking all this shit about how we need to lie down and let them stomp on our faces, let them put that proverbial 1984 boot on our faces forever, right? And he's talking all slick about, how he's from the future and he knows all this, but not once did he come out. All of us have put a card on the table. My man had that card up his sleeve that he was supporting the fuckery that's going on, that he's all about that fuckery. He's down with the Transformers and the Decepticons, but he hit all that and trying to convince us to be just like him.
Real shit. Real shit, bro. Again, this goes back to what I said before. Disingenuous deniers of the truth and wicked deeds. That's all you are. You are a backstabber. I don't even need to know you. I don't even need to see you. I'm a judgmental person off of righteousness. Bro, you said straight up you would take money from Donald Trump and not vote for him. You clearly, and I don't even take that politically, in anything, whether it be football, your mom, family, working, you would backstab somebody and take benefit from it and not give a fuck. You cannot be trusted. You're not a Spartan. You aren't even on the line. You are not even on the bench, warming the bench up for players. You are trash. You're not even a man. You're nothing. You're just a guy on here complaining on a panel full of intelligent men.
More highly educated than your ass, and second of all, I'm not from the fucking Bronx. So that's enough for me, okay? So you just remember that when you're walking down the street wondering whether or not a stray bullet's going to hit your ass.
What?
Yeah, that's
what the hell.
Yo, that only happens in the hood where you're from, bro.
It happens in the Bronx. He's surrounded by all those Puerto Ricans shooting back and forth like it's Grand Theft Auto 5. What the fuck you?
Hey, Big Truck Reviews, Motorsport. I have a quick question. You black or white? Or are you mixed?
Oh, I'm definitely black.
Like your mom and your dad both black?
Black, yeah.
And where are they from? Are they from the South or are they from up north?
Their families are all from the South, North Carolina and South Carolina. That's where they're from.
Where was you raised? You was raised in the city?
Right here in Queens, and I'm highly educated. Any other questions?
He sounds like a black female. I'm highly educated. What the hell does that mean?
Marxist education system.
I sound like a black female. I'm gonna point out the fact that you're the guy wearing a pink tie like your fucking Cameron, okay? So anyway,
yeah, motherfucker, I am. Don't let that shit fool you, because I'll stop a mud hole and yo.
Yeah, look, bro. Look, Big Sus, man. It's the emotions, man. It's the emotions. It's the high pitched tone. You can't let anybody else speak, bro. That's baby mama energy, bro.
No,
we just letting you know what it is.
I'm trying to talk over you. The problem is when you say absolute bullshit, I have to come right back and I have to correct it.
Hey, bro.
Yeah,
but
it sounds like a black woman to me.
Yeah, that's black woman, man. You don't come back with any substance, bro.
Ask the person that created that logo for you. Why did they created it for you?
I told him to.
No, get this trailer off to the fucking
about the meaning of it.
Oh, why you keep trying to shut me up, Righteous? Are you a liberal like those people, those liberals in the Bronx?
No, I'm a righteous man, and I don't have tolerance for iniquity. Okay.
About your tolerance, you're from the fucking Bronx. If it was up to me, I would cut your whole goddamn fucking borough out of this whole city.
Like I said, baby mama energy. I'll call the police on that nigga. I'll call 911 on you, nigga. I'll get my cousins to come beat you up, nigga.
I'm not gonna take no shit off for you.
Let me ask you something. That's the logo.
All right, simmer down, simmer down. People are getting mad over screens. You're not even seeing this guy in front of you. It's a screen in front of you.
You love Trump so much, you can move down there to motherfucking one of those states that we haven't flipped to blue yet. But other than that, he ain't winning in fucking New York. And I was saying that a long time ago. Fantastic knows it. I've been saying that shit since long before the election. I've been saying it 4 years ago. And I told everybody what was going to happen. You chose
and he can't even win over California.
Hey, he can hide them rats on the street of New York right now, man. It's looking real nasty up there in New York right now with Antifa marching through the streets. You can hide them rats up there, bro. I'm loving life out here in Texas. Come down to Texas with that energy.
Texas.
Come down to Texas with that energy.
We're going to flip Texas blue, and then your ass is going to be outvoted every fucking time you vote. Yeah, you want to tell me I'm lying?
Man, I love these niggas that cape so hard. I wonder why. What's up with the energy why they cape so hard? I can understand it if a brother just came forward.
Hey, Big Trucker.
Hey, can you 2 seconds?
Hey, Big Trucker, let me ask you a question. Hey, since you a proud Democrat, sound like, I got a question for you. Hold on. I got a question for you. How do you feel about the Constitution?
You don't care.
Do you think
we had live by it?
Say it again?
I wish we had a Congress that actually lived by it.
Okay. So we know what's going on with this election. they're not following the Constitution.
No.
First of all, hold on. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
The Supreme Court didn't even follow the Constitution to even hear the case.
Yes, they did.
They threw it out.
Why? You want me to explain why? It's because, you know what this comes down to?
It's for the P word, bro, because it's got pictures on the daggone the head of Supreme Court and that P word stuff, bro. That's what it is, bro. Come on, man.
Very calmly, I'm going to say it very calmly.
That P word stuff, bro. Don't ignore it.
Let me answer that question. I'm going to say it very calmly, and I'm going to say it very straightforward. The 10th Amendment delegates all of those rights to conduct those elections to the states. It happened in the states, not on the federal level. So those states that decided that they were going to allow themselves to twist whatever election laws you want to say were violated, fine. But the problem is, after the courts said that because of latches, which means that time ran out, and because when Texas tried to put forth that lawsuit, they said that you have no standing. You cannot say that just because you feel affected that everybody else does too. So the Supreme Court wasn't going to hear anything that was attempting to overturn an election after all of the states had voted. And the reason why is because there was no way that you could constitutionally overturn an election over just 5 states and disenfranchise all of the rest of the states. And furthermore,
you're fucking wrong. And second of all, okay,
yeah,
Powell,
22 states got behind Texas,
and a citizen of Michigan actually came in and they submitted an additional lawsuit behind that one. Most people don't know that.
And Pennsylvania,
lawsuits sitting in the Supreme Court right now, and the Supreme Court refused to hear them until after the inauguration. My nigga,
that's right.
That's why they are fucking traitorous bastards.
That's why Trump might go back in office.
Big Trump, you don't know what
here's the plan.
Talking about, man. You just be wrong.
Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second, y'all.
I read the forensic audit.
This is what I don't understand.
Allied Security Group did. I read the forensic audit, nigga. I seen the 64% error rate. It was a 64% error rate that happened.
When I've been
because nigga, you just loud and wrong. Any nigga that talk as much as you don't know what the fuck they be talking about. You provide no details, no dates, no names. All you do is fucking yell and have opinions. You don't have any
baby mama energy.
There's no facts. Dude, all you do is
yell.
Right. Hey, there's no facts provided. You don't have any numbers. You don't have any fucking names, no dates. You just yell and provide opinions. What? I have never heard you say a fact. I never heard you say the fact, something that we can fucking research and look up.
Hey, bro, let me get it real quick.
There's literally a forensic audit report that you can pull up.
Hey, real quick, y'all. Let me get it real quick. Hey, hold up, Big Sus. Real quick, bro. Calm down. Did anybody hear Trump's speech today? Did anybody hear Trump today besides Big Sus?
Kamala Harris.
Hey, come on, Big Sus. We good, bro. We get you, Big Sus. We get you.
All right, Big Trucker, bro, calm down.
All right, so if anybody heard Trump
over there, bro, that nigga, he got a nice little.
He probably have a heart attack.
Hey, I'm telling y'all, man, it's all part of. Hey, real quick, yo.
Fritos and bacon over that bitch. I bet it, dude. That nigga sweating his ass off, boy.
God damn. Hey, real quick.
Let's get this nigga up to about 5,000 calories, man. We can get this nigga burning these titties off, man. Come on, man.
Hey, real quick, bro, Truth. Hey, so if anybody heard Trump's speech today, the first thing he brought up was the 25th Amendment and how it's gonna, it's gonna hurt Biden real bad, and all this stuff that they're putting off, that they wouldn't touch, the crackhead's laptop, all this stuff with the voting irregularities. They're waiting until after the inauguration to put all that on Biden. All that's going on Biden after the inauguration to get him out of there.
What he referred to with that is fucking Biden's unfucking founded mental state.
But no, they're gonna use all that against him. Come on, Big Sus.
I think it's more so his fucking mental decline, bro. That's what I think. And you might have a point when it comes to him and Rosemont Seneca and his fucking crooked ties to the Chinese government and fucking the Ukrainian government. Because
yeah, that 900K to the Ukraine.
Yeah,
From the Ukraine,
bro, for real.
Dude,
Talk that
they literally have a open investigation on child sex crimes in Delaware against Hunter Biden. That's what most people don't fucking realize.
Guess what?
Rudy Giuliani, when he first found that fucking laptop, he found CP on there that he turned into the Delaware Police Department, and there's literally an open investigation against Hunter Biden. Now, will it go anywhere? Because the thing is, once you get in power, once you are the president, my nigga, you have so much fucking power to squash out investigation, because you can literally have your people in on the DOJ and basically squash out any fucking investigation you want. So he will be in a fucking position to fucking stamp out that investigation. So I'm not convinced that it will go anywhere. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not living in La La Land, bro.
But here's the thing, which I know.
Once you are president, you can fucking squash out any fucking investigation. You can fucking pardon people. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do, bro.
But here's the thing.
On top of that, they're gonna have all three branches of government, my nigga. So they already know they corrupt as fuck. So they're gonna cover their tracks anywhere they can. You know?
Guess what?
Bro, nobody want to see your fat ass on camera, bro, man.
Damn.
Hey, man,
Oh, God,
man.
man.
Hey, bro,
My appetite done.
chins is scary, man. Come on, man. Put the chins away, bro. Niggas not trying to see that right now, man. I'm about to throw up over here, man.
Yo, how the fuck are you? How am I seeing you on my screen, bro?
Hey, this ain't OnlyFans, bro.
Fantastic.
Bro, man. This ain't no mukbang channel, man. This Mr. Fantastic not doing mukbang out here, man. Come on, man. Let's keep it classy over there, man. Nobody want to see you do no mukbang, man. Come on, what the fuck is you doing, bro?
Hey, the character on Fat Albert, man. The character on Fat Albert, they had the big lips and the big teeth.
Yo, man, you gonna get your fucking channel. You're gonna get your channel a strike, bro. Cause this nigga, he's doing food porn type shit, man. Come on, man. Get out of here, man. Oh, okay. L stuff back on the pad. I see what's going on. You showing him your lips. That's what's going on. Okay. I ain't know.
Hey, but bro, truth, man. One thing, bro, truth. With all the joking aside, hey, real quick, big. This for big, bro, truth. What I really see happening. You know, I really don't think Kamala likes Pence, and I really believe they got Kamala in there to basically pull that 25th shit on what's her name on Sleepy Joe. Yeah. I think that's what her purpose is.
Yes, that's what I've been trying to tell you.
It's gonna be President Kamala Harris, bro. Sure.
Yeah. Kamala Harris. How many times have I said it? You keep ignoring the fact that it doesn't matter what happens to Joe Biden. She's gonna be the fucking president. Why the fuck aren't you listening to what I'm telling you? What's gonna happen?
Nigga, we've been talking about this shit for like 8 months, bro. You late to the game.
So you must be talking about that.
President Kamala Harris. President Kamala Harris.
Baby mama energy.
Stupid.
But yeah, man, like, hey, real
Kamala
talk.
Harris.
Hey, this is a prime example that niggas don't like to read. This nigga Big Sus over here, man. Like niggas typically are loud as fuck. Don't know what the fuck they be talking about. You know what I mean? Nah. Hey, Big Sus, Big Truck. I throw your ball, man. You do know some shit. And I'm saying, I real talk though, man. Like, you don't made some points on certain panels, bro. I give you that, my nigga. But when it comes to certain topics, bro, you just yell and yell and yell. You got to provide some fucking concrete facts, bro. There's literally a audit that they did at fucking Allied Security Group. Anybody can look it up online. It's online. It's fucking public information. This is fucking concrete evidence, forensic facts. So anybody in the chat, shit, I know Gabe in the chat talking about he was still looking for evidence of a forensic audit. Nigga, it's online. All you got to do is Google it. It's literally a forensic audit that was done that shows the Dominion voting system. The Dominion voting system had over a 64% error rate in Atrium County in Michigan. Okay, this error rate is well beyond the federal mandated standard. The federal mandated standard is 0.00002%. Anything over that cannot be used as a voting system in America. Nigga, that shit threw a 64% error rate, which meant every single vote that threw an error had to be adjudicated manually, which gave these Democratic demons an ability to go in and manually switch the vote each and every single time. This is on
Shit
record.
like
They
that.
did this. This shit was on record. Even the Democrats in Michigan, they even fucking said, "Oh, our bad. It was just a glitch." It wasn't no
Yeah, they
fucking
didn't
glitch.
glitch
The
it.
fucking
Exactly.
forensic,
This
the
nigga dropping
forensic
bars
audit
right now.
actually shows
Glitch
the
it.
fucking forensic audit
This nigga
actually
dropping
shows
bars.
that it was fucking designed to do this, bro. The fucking
Hey.
system was designed to do this because guess what? It was a system that was designed in Venezuela to win the election for Hugo Chavez over and over and over and over and over again. This is
Venezuela
fucking
was an
proven.
example.
This is on fucking record. Niggas don't like to fucking read. That's what's going on here, man. Straight up.
Hey, here's the crazy part, y'all, about what went down on the 6th. At around 1:16, at the same time when all this supposed rioting, when, you know, rioters were taking selfies with cops, is when the Italian affidavits were coming into Congress saying that the whole fake went down in Italy in the Vatican. That's when all this fake rioting came out, is when those affidavits were presented.
Well, since
Well,
I
you
get
know
to
that they was doing a hearing, and the guy said that they was hacking into the Dominion system at real time. When they say you couldn't hack it, matter of fact, they say it was not even connected to the internet, which they found out that was a lie. That's how they was able to hack into it to even get into the system.
But real talk though, I ain't even gonna lie. None of this shit even fucking matters at this point.
Thank
Because
you.
I'm just saying, I'm not delusional. I know I live in reality and I understand what the fuck's going on here, bro. The system is corrupt to the core. The people do not control their government. We do not have a representative government anymore. Hey, I'm moving to Medellin, man, to fuck with some big booty fucking Colombian.
Oh,
man.
you too, bro, Trump? You too? Hey,
You know
you
what I mean?
too?
So I'm sitting from a distance, man. I'm gonna see what's happening over here from a distance, man. I'm not staying in this fucking country and getting sent off to no gulags, bro. I'm good.
Hey, I made up my mind on the 6th, man. When I saw what I saw with my own eyes, bro, truth. So I'll be right down there with you.
Yeah, but y'all gotta
man,
understand.
I'm brushing up on my Spanish as we speak.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, man, when y'all talking about Michigan, I'm telling you now, everything is blocked from the Black Americans when it comes to our children upcoming. It's all blocked. Michigan is one of the a lot of states, but few that have all season weathers. So we always got to fix the roads. We always rebuilding bridges. We always fixing buildings. It's a cycle. What's happening here, we got 99.9% of white Caucasian men owning all the construction from cement to building buildings. We can say excavation. We can go even everything in phases of construction. Me, I was in a 335 union, which I dropped out because of this reason. When I wanted to work on a Flint water crisis, they told me since I wasn't in a certain union, which all of us went to school for training, that I couldn't do it. I come back home, I said a whole year where the union couldn't even get me a damn job because they wanted to bring me on and make me a laborer when I had a Class A. I got all my endorsements, and they paid me good, but I should be 40 an hour, not 20. And they told me, you got to do this for a couple years for you to be able to dump gravel trucks and stuff when I already had the training. And I tell y'all this, I never seen a black person in none of these 99%. And if you in Michigan, rather look at the roads being fixed. You might see a nigga holding up a fucking stop sign, and them construction companies hire these people from temp services. You be
I got an idea for you, bro. Here's an idea, bro. Go somewhere else. Go somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm just saying, though, look, this is the lock. And people think that, oh, you can go get a job and do this and that. Yeah, they blocked you to go get a 9 to 5 somewhere to where you got to work 2 jobs. But this is the new game here. And a lot of
bro, just go somewhere else, bro. It ain't got nothing to do with color. Just go somewhere else.
Hold on. Let me hop in real quick. Steve.
Bro, it ain't got nothing to do with color, bro.
Hold on. Let me hop in real quick. Listen, that's another big part of it too, man. I hope you guys understand, like, this borderless country shit. That's a major part of it. Again, they already say that there's another caravan of people pretty much waiting for the inauguration to happen so they can be led into the country. And it's already been said, somebody that's speculated that one of the first things that they're going to do is, tear down the quote unquote wall, that of it that was built as pretty much a beacon and a message to the world of it's over with, bro. People don't understand, and this is why I said black people. This is what y'all talked about, Tariq Nasheed or whatever earlier. Somebody brought him up. And this was one thing of where he was definitely right in that hold your own nut shit. When you fall for the people of color, and we all are oppressed, we all do this, we all do that, bruh. All you're doing is knocking yourself further down the line. They told you, and again, you guys did not understand what, regardless of what you may feel about, niggas are too emotional. From the aspect of the American, especially the American black person, over the last 4 years, this was the most successful time of your life, pretty much, if you're living today. Goddamn, who the hell eating fucking fries and burping and shit on my shit? Goddamn, nigga, mute up. But anyway, whoever that was. But listen, now they're telling you they already have hundreds of thousands of H-1B visas waiting, pretty much for who? Specifically Indians. And I've heard brothers in this sector talk about how detrimental that is, because even when they're paying these people legally, man, right? We're not talking about no working under the table. What we're saying is they get to bring these people in with these certifications of the equivalent of your degree, or even the equivalent of your certification in tech and IT.
And
these people, they undercut the fuck out of you, like very, very much, to the point of where even the high-paying jobs, the STEM jobs we always talk about here, aren't worth anything anymore, because what do? They fund them to people to where literally every dollar for them is like fucking $100.
And half of those people aren't even gonna stay here. They're just coming here to get this shit and then leave and build up their nation. It's not even like let me stay here and build with America. No, let me just take the shit and then go back to my land and make my land better. And that's cool as shit.
Hold on, Maurice, real quick. Let me hop in here. So, bro, who knows what's the ratio of the dollar to the Indian rupee? Does anybody know off the top of their head?
No, take a wild guess. A lot to a little.
Take a wild guess. $1 is 73.15 rupees, bro.
Jesus.
How are you going to compete with that when people are literally, for every dollar they make, they're making 75 of their own dollars? Okay. Ooh. For you all that do not know.
But wait, hold on. What you're leaving out is the price consumer index of how much it actually costs them to live there. The simple fact of the matter is, what we're basically doing is exactly what we did with China. What we're doing is we're going to India with our factories, taking them out of China, going to India. And the reason why
they're coming here. We're not going there.
Hold on, Maurice, let him rock. Maurice, let him rock. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What the reason why we go to poor countries is because it's cheaper for us to manufacture our goods there. It's more profitable for the corporations. And when you sell the materials here, what you're doing is taking American inflation in the form of US dollars and you're shipping it overseas. And once they collect our money, they cannot spend it in their country because they'd be losing too much value due to the fact that their exchange rate is lower than ours. So what they do is they save up money and then they come to America and they buy American buildings, American.
We're talking about people coming over here and actually fucking living here and taking jobs, bro. We're not talking about.
But that's what you like. But guess what?
Let me just say this real quick. First of all, when it comes,
I worked at Hewlett Packard and I've seen it for my fucking self. I've been in plenty of technology firms.
Hold on.
I've seen it for my fucking self. I'm in the fucking IT streets and I know exactly what they did. They literally have passed an unlimited H-1B visa program where they are incentivizing people from India to just come over here and supplant American workers, bro. This shit's happening.
Hey, bro, true.
Right, my nigga.
I was at Hewlett Packard in Houston, bro. Same deal, man. All my people were Indian, and my overseas team was in India and China.
Right.
We had to fucking train our replacement, and they literally forced people that worked there for over 20 plus years to retire.
Yeah,
They forced all these motherfuckers to retire, and they hired a shit ton of people in India and a couple of folk in South America.
For truth, I'm not doubting that.
So why are you against Trump, Big Sus? That makes no fucking sense.
I'm not doubting that what you're saying is true. What I'm saying is that most of those foreigners now don't want to make the money and stay in America. Part of the reason is because of the higher cost of living. When you're talking about H-1B visas, you got to remember, those people usually come here. They send money back home to their family. While they're sending money home to their family, they're usually building a house back in their own country. Why would you? We're talking about right now how much you want to get out of America and leave.
Hold on, real quick. Hey, let me hop in. Let me hop in real quick. Big truck, real quick. Let me hop in real quick. Yeah, and to that point, remember, a lot of people aren't aware that, again, the same thing is going on with the Hispanics, whether they be legal or illegal. They've tracked it and they've said, bro, that I think it was last year or no, 2019. They sent $30 billion back to Mexico. 30 billion with a B. Okay.
But you know what? Fantastic. You're right. And the reason why, again, I keep saying this. See, the problem is y'all are looking at it as foreigners who are coming here, making their money, and then sending it outside the country. What I'm trying to tell you, but the problem is I start losing my mind when I'm trying to say it.
No, well, I understand what you're saying, Big Chuck. You have to make the money here, then send it back there, so that you can't. It don't work in the inverse. It don't work.
But I'm trying to tell you. No, but that's not my point. My point is the reason why this government wants that. Well, hold on. The reason why they want that to happen is because the more money that they're sending outside of the country, the more inflation that they're taking away in the form of cost of living. What I'm trying to tell you is that if these foreigners who collected all of this American cash, if they were to come here and start spending it here, they would buy everything up. They're not going to buy manufactured goods. They're going to buy the buildings, the houses, and whatnot. You have to remember, Indian Americans are the #1 wealthiest group in this country. It's not whites, and it's also not the Chinese. Indians outnumber the Chinese. Here in New York City, for instance, they took over all of New Hyde Park. Indians are the #1 wealthiest Asian American group in America. What I'm trying to tell you, America wants to send this money out of our borders.
So why are you pro Biden, bro?
Why? No, because listen, it doesn't.
Big Truck,
it don't make sense. Why are you pro Biden? If you understand it and get it.
He's a traitor. Oh my God, he's a traitor. He's a fucking traitor. I get it. He's smart. I get it. No, listen. I get it. He's smart. He has a point. And everything he said, we've been talking about for months. But he is a traitor. He's a clear traitor. He knows the plot and he's with it. If he was a Spartan back in the day, we would behead him and keep it pushing.
Check this out. Yo.
I'll stab that spear up your ass.
Big sus. Big sus.
So this is why if you look at my icon, I'm going to show you why. This is why he's into the Transformers, and Trump's going to take that away. That's why.
Optimus Prime was not as good as Galvatron.
But here's the thing, bro. You get the whole plan. Hold up. He just broke down the whole plan of how they trying to mess over brothers and stuff, and you still twerking for Biden. I don't get it. It makes no sense. Everything you just said, you should be completely down with Trump's plan. I don't get that.
You can vote for Trump. You can vote for Biden. Whoever you vote for.
No. Listen. This is Big Truck's stance. Wait. Hold up, motherfucking mad rapper. Hold on. This is Big Truck's stance. Big Truck is saying he's in it for the money. Basically, he's in it for at the economic standpoint, and he's not looking at it from a political standpoint anyway. He doesn't care who's in office. Just the matter of fact of what can he get out of benefit. And to his point, to his credit, he has the same mindset that Asians and people from Israel and other groups have. So you can operate without politics if you have a certain level of power, influence, and economy. So from what he's saying, he's been doing this shit for a while. So he's looking at it from outside of the scope of politics. Now, do I agree with it? No, I don't agree with it because again, he doesn't even care about the aspect of the American, American way, so on and so forth. He's just like, hey, it's gonna happen anyway, so why fight it? That's his right. He's his own man, so on and so. I don't agree with that. Again, you have to kill me for mine. Okay, that's how I'm getting down for this shit.
Listen, see, the problem is you're looking at it on a linear perspective, just a start, a middle, and then an end. I'm looking at it as if you're on a continuum, like a circle.
No, me too. That's the way I'm looking at it. That's a
no, but what I'm saying is that even once you get to the end of what you perceive, it's going to end up flipping backwards and changing on itself, and then it's going to start again in a circle. Listen, no matter how poor people get, the fact is people still have capital and the money is still on the table. People will change their government down the road and they'll just change it into something else. Look at where we are right now. America's gone from what? From slavery to industrialization through a war economy, and now look where we are right now. I mean, the thing about it is this is going to keep on going up until the country or the world itself changes. Everybody keeps saying, yeah, you're saying lay down and don't fight it. I'm saying you don't have really a choice whether you're going to fight it or not. And if you do fight it, you're just going to die tired. So it's up to you.
But this is what I'm saying, though. No one ever recovers from communism, bro. No country has. Name a country that's recovered from communism.
Vietnam?
Nigga,
bro, really?
we had to step in there. Why would you say that? America had to step in there and split the fucking nation in half. What are you talking about? Shut up, you traitor.
Guess what? Here's a question. Before you keep calling people traitors, I want you to understand something.
Bro, hold up, big truck, man.
No.
Bro, you sound like a Nazi sympathizer, bro.
See, the reason why you can keep pointing at Venezuela and keep pointing at Cuba and you can keep saying that they'll never overcome communism is simply because America has so many fucking sanctions on those countries. Cuba is still fucking embargoed.
Bro, you sound like you know what, bro? Bro, this is what the Nuremberg trials were for dudes like you, bro.
You do not fucking travel.
The Nuremberg trials were for dudes like you, big truck.
Over in those countries.
And here's the baby mama energy. I'm gonna raise my voice to prove my point.
How many times have you fucking lived there? You don't know what you're talking about.
Here's the baby mama energy.
Yo, somebody shoot this motherfucker, bro.
Whoa, Maurice.
The rumble. Hey, you need a bell, fantastic.
Go ahead and fucking try it with your bullshit Spartan shit, motherfucker.
Yo, let's not do that.
God damn.
Now you shoot each other over opinion now. Hold on, we ain't gonna shoot each other over opinion now, bro.
Hey, Mr. Fantastic, man. Hey, Mr. Fantastic, I'm gonna fall out, man. I gotta head out, bro. Hey, thanks for having me on, man. Hey, bro. I'm just saying though, man.
To name two countries, at least two that overcame communism. One is China, and the other one is Vietnam.
China's lying. China is a communist country right now. What are you talking about?
Right now. They're kicking your ass. They're kicking your ass. So how the fuck they didn't know?
Man, hey, you have a good one, brother.
Thank you.
Real talk though.
China, Vietnam is another one.
God damn, big sus.
And to be honest, if you want to really be honest, but I know you're not going to be honest. China, the reason why China,
Russia, China, and Vietnam are just three countries that overcame communism. Tell me I'm wrong.
Wait.
Hold on. You are wrong because we helped China become what they are today.
No. Right. Hold on. Let me say this. No, you're definitely wrong on China because China's still communist.
China moved 500 million people out of poverty, and China's kicking America's ass and owns 1/3 of America's debt right now.
Okay, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Are they still not communist?
Yeah, they're still communist.
All right. So wait. So how can you overcome communism if you're still in communism?
Because they're moving towards a capitalist society. Right now, they're really socialist rather than communist. But you wouldn't know that, Righteous, because you ain't never lived nowhere. You're born in the Bronx, and you never lived.
Yeah, but hold on. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
About nobody but judging. But clearly, I know him because he told me about himself.
read and write Chinese because I lived there. You don't know shit. So why the fuck are you telling me what I fucking know and don't know? And you were born in the fucking Bronx. You've never gone anywhere and you don't know shit. So don't fucking tell me that stupid shit, you moron.
See, this is where your disingenuous comes into play. And I gotta judge you again. You're trash. I have been places. I've been to places. I've lived outside the country, but you don't need to know that. Besides, you are a betrayer. You are a traitor. You are a traitor. That you see, the thing about me is you had a point. You actually had a point about when you said that. You know,
shut the fuck up.
I can go live in China in the Shaolin monk if I wanted to. In the Shaolin temple if I wanted to. But do I? No, I can if I wanted to for 9 months. But I didn't choose to. But that's not the point. They're still communist country. That's the point. You know what I'm saying? You're just mad, and it's okay. You know what I'm saying? You're just mad.
Shut the fuck up.
But if it was so great, why did you come back here?
All right, both of y'all niggas. Let me help you out.
Traitor.
Hold on.
No, he's
so this is what I'm saying. So wait.
Okay.
Back to the original.
Stop saying stupid shit.
Yo, El Seth, man, you still motherfucking cheerleading, bro. At least you dedicated, bro. Listen, what you saying? Big Truck. China is still communist, so they can't be recovered from communism. Okay. Hold on. Again, I know you live there or you've been there. It's also been proof of that, like China lies. Okay, China lies. China said, hold on, brother. Listen what I'm telling you. You have the actual videotape and proof that they have, camps for the Uyghur Muslims, right? Hold on. Wait. Yeah, they said they don't have any. They said it. They said they're not doing it.
You keep saying the same shit for it. I've heard that shit like 6 times already. No.
Get this nigga out of here. Anyway, like I said, again, they said they didn't do it. Okay, but it's proof, like video proof. You can see with your own eyes that they did do it. They said that they aren't practicing, inhumane or extremely horrific labor practices, but yet and still, like you said, they had to put the safety nets because motherfuckers was jumping to their deaths.
You say horrific labor practices. Listen, people here are committing suicide right the fuck now, doing lesser jobs right now. They got a cop who just blew his fucking head off because he's afraid they're gonna find out he was complicit in that Capitol Hill thing. Well, guess what? I'm not discounting the fact that China treats Muslims like shit. When I lived there, those Muslims from the Tibetan Xinjiang region, those people were marginalized. I'm not going to deny that. Thing about it is,
Christians over there.
We do the same shit here. I was a Christian over there. Do I sound like I was fucking? The only people that China's really fucking with are those people who practice Falun Dafa or Falun Gong. Those are the people they go after, number one. And number two, the Xinjiang Tibetan Autonomous Region Muslims and those Uyghurs. See, it's amazing. America likes to keep on putting these stories forward about the Uyghur Muslims. The thing about it is, what you got to understand is those people over there are Han Chinese, and they're keeping that country as homogenous as they can. Japan was asked to take on Muslims from those countries when we had those wars. Japan flat out said, fuck that, we're not taking it.
Yeah, and I don't blame them.
Determined to keep Japan Japanese. America, well, you can't do that nationalism shit because here you got a lot of blacks, you got a lot of Hispanics, you have a lot of non-white people, and these people are going to hold on to their cultural and their national identity. China doesn't allow that. America does not have the same laws. America's laws are republic. They are for the individual. They are not China. China says we're keeping China for China and only Han Chinese. But you wouldn't know that because you haven't been there.
I don't need to know. I don't need to go there to know about it.
Don't tell me you don't need to know. If you're going to question me about something that I have firsthand knowledge with, then don't do it because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You knew about what? That they're a communist country? Dumbass. That's clear as fuck.
Asshole. They are officially communist, but right now they're.
Who said they weren't? My nigga, you are the one who said they weren't, though.
Fantastic can back it up. I said that we are on a continuum. Nobody stays the exact same way because economies shift. production shifts, consumerism shifts. It's a contagion. It's a circle.
Talking about this.
You don't know what I'm talking about because I bet
hold
your
on.
dumbass didn't even fucking graduate from college because you're up there in the fucking Bronx.
Nigga, this nigga is a fucking
Listen,
Okay,
man.
first of
By the
all,
way, I sound racist because of people.
Oh my god,
It's another New Yorker. It's another New Yorker in the building. Hold on, Big Truck. We got another New York guy in the building. What's going on, man?
Come to me.
Hammer, what's up?
Give it to me.
I'm actually in I actually live in the DMV, but anyway, to answer what Big Truck was saying, bruh.
I thought you was from New York. Hello, you're not from. Hello, Hammer. You're not from New York, Hammer?
No.
I thought
Oh, okay.
Where you
I'm
from?
in the DMV.
Where you from?
Well, maybe if you shut up, we can figure it out.
I'm actually well. Here's the thing. If you want to know where I was born in West Africa, but I grew up in the DMV. If y'all want to know that information, but to answer what Big Truck was saying,
Where do you live now? Where do you live now?
DMV. I told you I was born in West Africa, but I grew up here.
If you shut up, Big Truck, maybe you'll hear him.
All right, so let me answer what he was saying. There seems to be a misunderstanding here. Yes, it is true that economically China has adopted a much more capitalistic system, but let's be honest here. When it comes to the government structure, they're very much still authoritarian Chinese or centralized government. President Xi Jinping essentially got rid of all presidential terms. He's there for life. And what you've seen is that there's ever since now, look, when it came to the previous president, yes, he was trying to quote unquote capitalize the country. He was trying to move the country more towards a more Western style system. But that was just to sort of get Western companies to be much more comfortable investing in China. Once they got what they needed, they got rid of him and they pushed Xi Jinping. Now that President Xi Jinping is in power, he is now coming out and saying, yeah, we don't give a fuck. We are a centralized government. We are people. President Xi Jinping is now being referred as a new emperor of China. That's the reason why they even got rid of presidential terms. He's essentially an emperor now, and that's also the reason why. Don't be surprised if President Xi Jinping tries to take back Taiwan by force, because that's what he's gonna do. It's written in their constitution. So and don't think that Joe Biden is gonna try to fight for Taiwan. That's not gonna happen.
You should.
And yeah, and so my thing is, there seems to be a misunderstanding here. Yes, economically they are becoming much more capitalistic, but when it comes to the government, historically China has always had a centralized government, and that's what they're gonna keep with. See, the Communist Party is just another dynasty. Most Chinese people see the CCP as another dynasty in their history, right? But it doesn't change the fact that its roots came from Mao Zedong. Now, it's true that they've adopted a much more capitalistic system, but fundamentally, the way the government structure is set up for a very centralized authoritarian state, which to be fair, in America is not part of our culture, but that's been part of the culture for a long time. And so what you're going to see is, with him being at the helm, President Xi Jinping, he's just going to double down. China is going to become more aggressive. They're going to become much more harder. Look, all of this Uyghur stuff was not happening with the previous president. They would have never tried this in the previous president, because the previous president that was in power, his job was to go out there and paint this image of China as a changing country. We're leaving communism. That's how they were able to get these companies so comfortable. But now that China's in the point in which they don't need really American investment, because now they can start their own, their own currency. They're not going to Africa. Now they're like, okay, fuck it, we don't need y'all anymore, right? We got y'all by the nuts. Now we're gonna say what we really want to say. Now we're gonna do what we really want to do, right? So they get rid of the old guy and they bring this new guy, and he's coming out of the gate saying, "Fuck you, China is here. We have a communist societal system now." Economically, so there seems to be a misunderstanding here. But look, do not get it screwed. Okay, Joe Biden being in office is only going to accelerate the shift towards China.
No, it's not.
It is. It is. It definitely is.
Well, I got one thing to say about that. We still don't. Technically, we still
Southeast Asia. China already controls the majority of Asia.
Yeah, it does.
And the thing about it is, as far as getting more aggressive, let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck if China goes to Taiwan right now and puts a fucking flag in it. We're not fighting no China. We can't even stop people from invading our own goddamn Capitol building. The fuck you gonna be over there fucking with the Taiwanese? Those people are fucking Chinese.
Yeah, they are.
Why those people are busy protesting China over there is because of China trying to expedite a murderer. And that's what sprang up those actions and all of those riots. And America did the mistake of trying to take the side of the people rioting and the people who are protesting. And really, it ain't our business.
And also another thing, but it wasn't. Also, another thing put it to keep in mind is this, right? China has 1 something billion people. Okay,
1.4.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know it, but it's over 1 billion. I'm like, the reason why they've been able to stay in power so long, the CCP, is because they have a large trust from the people. Because in reality, if the Chinese really wanted to get rid of the government, they have the numbers to do it. But see, the problem is China has had this history of constantly being separate and reunited. So whoever is able to reunite China is seen as a legitimate government. And because Mao Zedong did it, most Chinese people see the CCP as a new sort of dynasty. So they respect that authority.
Hold on. Can we agree that Chinese people are happier with their government than Americans are with theirs?
Yes, by statistics, they have a much
wait, no way, no. Hold on, stop. Hold on. Again, no. This is what I'm telling you. Listen, when you literally have
Hong Kong is just one example, bro.
But hold on, no, it's not. Hong Kong is trying not to be fucking taken over by fucking China, for one.
Hong Kong always belonged to China, but anyway.
Hong Kong is not a part of mainland China. My question to him was,
they're not a part of they're not.
Can we agree that Chinese citizens are happier with their government than Americans are with theirs?
And I'm telling you no, and I'm telling you no, and I'm telling you no, because again, hold on. Well, let me give you the reasoning.
Okay.
All right. So the reason why I'm telling you no is because of the simple fact that, again, their shit is totalitarian. They don't have a choice. What they're told to, if you don't do this, you don't do that, we will disappear your ass like David Copperfield. Okay. So again, of course, that's the act of acting like you're happy doesn't mean you're actually happy.
I'm telling you, they're not acting. Those people came from a patriarchy. That's their culture. Their culture is the patriarchy. They like totalitarian.
Yep. They're what you will call, and by the way, they are what you will call an orderly society. China's history has always been a centralized government. That's always been their history.
It's
emperor after. That's the reason why President Xi Jinping now they refer to him as an emperor.
Yeah,
they call him an emperor now.
China, you got to remember, China used to be always a monarchy. These people love patriarchy. These people are heavily family oriented. Can we agree that China is more family structured than Americans are right now? Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Goddamn right. You know why? But you got to remember, those people are a homogenous culture, just like Koreans, just like Japanese. When you go there, all of them believe, look, act, dress the exact same way. For them, communism was inevitable because they came out of they came out of totalitarianism. All of their genes, their fucking DNA is totalitarian. And guess what? America can keep on trying to make these propaganda hit jobs on China, and it may very well be true. But guess what? Chinese don't give a fuck. If they say that we don't want Muslims here because we want to keep it Han Chinese, that's what they're going to do. If Korea says, guess what, we're not taking no Muslims, then Korea will do that. Japan said, guess what, we're not taking no Muslims. That's what Japan does. They came out of fucking feudalism. They came out of a place where they had an empire.
And also,
the problem is right now with that is like, see, they're just like, I always go back to ancient Greece, just like Athens and Sparta. See, the people of the Spartan state were loyal to the Spartan state. The people of China, they're loyal to the Chinese state. So
do you know how long China's been around? China's been around. It's one of the longest lasting civilizations.
You're missing. I didn't even make my point, but I hear what you're saying.
Go ahead.
What I'm saying is the American people aren't loyal to one another into the country. You have people like Big Trucker and other people who tell you straight up, this is what's gonna happen, and I'm just gonna roll with it. And if you don't, that's you. When you have Spartans would have been like, nigga, we're not doing this. This is what we give a fuck about. And if you don't like it, you're gonna kill us, or that's it.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is Big Trucker has a point. the fact that they don't know anything else from what the fuck they know, they believe that's what they think they like. So how do you defeat that?
It's deeper than that, man. Many of the Chinese, many of them go to the Western world to get educated, and they come back still believe, because when they go to the West and they see the chaos and they see what you see on Capitol Hill and they see all these problems, and they go back to their country was homogenous, it actually reaffirms their beliefs. Because they're told that Western democracy is unstable. Because when they come to America and they come to the West to study in universities, right? A lot of them go to Australia, and they see LGBT, abortion, feminism, all of this shit being pushed everywhere. That actually reaffirms their belief that their system is better. So they actually go back home even stronger, believing in the CCP. Go ahead.
You're right.
So because China typically Chinese people go to Western universities to get study. They actually go to Australian universities. They don't study in China. They go to a Western university study. But yet when they leave, they come back the same. It's not because of them being spied on. It's because when they go to these countries, for example, we grew up in the United States, right? We deal with feminism. We deal with abortion. We deal with gay. We deal with all these problems. Imagine somebody who grew up in a country where it's patriarchal, it's traditional. They don't have to deal with feminism. Doesn't even exist there. And they're thrown into a country where they're seeing all these problems. They're seeing women talking about how we're stronger than men. How do you think after seeing that they're going to tell themselves, oh, I would rather throw away the system I have back home where feminism doesn't exist for this system where you got chicks running around how they're better? Of course not.
Well,
they may not. Go ahead, bro.
Let me point out something real quick. First of all, if you take a look at North Korea's army or China's army, they got women in the front lines because as far as they're concerned, communism says that everybody's equal and women can serve in the military. But what I have to say, ultimately, it doesn't matter that the women work and that the women serve in the military. The women still understand their role as women under the patriarchy. And it doesn't matter what they do as a job. At the end of the day, they're going back to their husband. And let me tell you, when I was in China, I saw women in China, if their husband abuses them, they just keep that shit quiet. They're not calling the cops. The fucking husband, if he beats them, if he slaps them around, if he kicks them, I swear to God, I saw a study that was showing a breakdown of domestic violence while I was over there in China. And they showed specifically how it varies between educations. And they were talking about even guys with PhDs are beating their wives. And the bottom line is their wives ain't getting divorced. There is no fucking child support.
Yep,
I had a landlord who had more than one kid, and all he had to do was pay a $10,000 yuan fine. And that was it. He just kept on moving. He had like 3 or 4 kids. Now, if you have multiple kids or if you have twins, they don't punish you for stuff like that. So when you mention abortion, China's had abortion for a long fucking time because the culture favored male children. And they stopped the one child policy so that they couldn't have a gender imbalance. They stopped that shit like 4 or 5 years ago, and they quietly shut that shit down. The bottom line that I'm trying to say, China, Korea, Japan, all of them want cultural homogeneity.
Yeah.
White Americans want cultural homogeneity, and they're not fucking getting it.
But here's the problem, bro. And look, the reason they're not going to get it is because they sort of did it to themselves.
They did.
This is the
niggas here. From the day that they brought things here, they fucked themselves.
But it's not even that.
The white man fucked themselves. That wasn't when they had niggas over here.
As soon
as it's when they had Mexicans, they had every other race come over here and was like, you don't have to, and they was like, you don't have to be Christian. You can be whatever you want to be and still live here. That's where white man fucked up. White man would have been on top if they was like, nigga, in order to live here, you gotta live and believe what the fuck we say.
The reason why that's not true
is because
white people didn't bring Mexicans here. They were already here.
Yep.
Yes, the Apache. Yes, they were already here. And what happened? The Battle of Alamo. Them niggas lost the land fair and square, and then tell generations of their Mexican people, "Oh, America's bad. They stole." Nigga, we didn't steal shit. It's as if we was playing basketball and you bet your Jordans on the game and lost. That's all that happened. And they try to erase that history and tell people, "Oh, Americano bad. America they thief." Nah, nigga, that's where that's saying.
But righteousness, to be fair, I'm like, if you lost your land to a country, I'm like, you wouldn't be saying that. We gotta be honest. We gotta be fair, bro.
Exactly.
From their perspective,
but bro, if me and you bet, okay, so I get what you're saying, and I agree.
Man.
But it's a fair bet. If you
Texas,
bet your
California, Colorado, and the entire Southwest used to belong to Mexico.
And
I know that, but hold on, wait,
hold on. We keep using the word Mexicans. First of all, they weren't Mexicans back then. Those people were Native Americans. White people.
The Apache.
They killed those people off as much as they could and forced them down towards the places that they didn't inhabit, just like with the Trail of Tears. Those people were already here. Black Africans were kidnapped from Africa to come work here as slaves. That's when they fucked themselves. And the reason why, just like you're worried about illegal immigrants, the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment are all for black people because those were the civil rights amendments designed just to keep the motherfuckers making sure somebody my color couldn't fucking vote. No, let me tell white people the cold hard truth. You fucked yourself when you thought you were gonna bring slaves over here and you thought that shit was never gonna backfire. You fucked yourself. And now I laugh my fucking ass off when a foreigner comes here, drops a baby, and uses the 14th Amendment. And if you don't like it, then you take your shotgun and suck on the fucking barrel.
But you know, the truck
and again, with that one, man. Y'all niggas. God damn it, Big Truck.
Pro black over here, man. Come on, bro.
Listen, man. Greatly appreciate y'all niggas coming through. We definitely went over the fucking use the 3-hour limits, man. But appreciate y'all fucking with me, man. Pulling up. We back on the regular schedule, so check me out, bro. During the evenings.
Big Truck.
Yes.
Yo, Big Truck. Yo, you know it's all just love, man. We all on here. Yeah, we get heated, but it's all love, bro.
Yeah, I didn't really mean all those bad things I said about the Bronx.
Well, I don't live in the Bronx no more. I keep that shit. But it's all love, man. We
Peace, niggas. I'm out. Holla.
All right, man.